Yeah. Aw, you stupid bastards. You beautiful, beautiful people. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Get in here, folks. Get in here. Get in here. My cat is mad at me. All right, get in here. Hi, Scrubs. Hi, Scrubs. Get out of here, Scrubs. Ooh. Ooh. That's right. That's right. All right, cut it hard. Cut it. Cut it hard. Cut it hard. Ladies and gentlemen, what else can I say? What else can I say but welcome to the only show, the best show, the number one, the Monday Night Grift. I'm your host, of course, just Waldy in my beautiful blue gotcha shirt. Now available at killdozer.industries. And who is excited? I look terrible. I look like a zombie. Let's be clear. This is a sacrifice to do this show for you people. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't even know. I have no time to set up. I woke up half an hour ago because my life's a mess. And you know what I said? I said, why do I even do this Monday show? I could sleep. Oh, God, my bed is so comfortable. I had a cuddly cat next to me because my sleep schedule's all messed up. But I said, no, we need to grift. Why is my camera set to many cam? A nightmare. Regardless, welcome to the show. Welcome to the fun. Welcome to the excitement that is my life. Can I change my camera to the correct camera? No. I don't know if that degrades the quality or not. This is what people want from their internet show. They want a fat guy to complain about camera quality. It's all we have. We also have guests. Or at least we have one guest, and hopefully Mower will show up. But my favorite is here. My favorite boy, it's Jim. Drink a beer, play a game, Jim.
Vito, how you doing, man? Now everyone gets two fat guys to complain about their camera. Because mine keeps going in and out to 480.
You're not a fat guy yet, Jim. You're maybe approaching it.
Oh, I'm on my way. It's all just clever camera work.
You're on your way. I put my camera right at man boob level because I'm a genius.
There's tons of times on my show where I'm just like, oh, I guess next time I'm not wearing that shirt or sitting in that position because it's just pure manted all over the place.
Come on in anytime. Well, I'm trying to get mint salad in here. Do you know mint salad?
Of course. Yeah. She had to deal with my drunk ass in too many games last year.
Beautiful. Too many games is in what, like a week?
No, end of June.
Should I go?
Yeah, it's a great time.
I couldn't get a press pass though. It's too late. They shut them down. I don't like to fly though. And then I don't know. I should go though because everybody's gonna be there.
Yeah, I hate flying too. I'm right there with you. But this
one, do you live? Are you close to it?
Yeah, it's only like 20 minutes from my house. So
too many games. Is a game convention, by the way, for people who don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I should go to more things where people I know are gonna be there because I never do that. Although VidCon is the end of this month. I wonder if VidCon's going on at the same time as Too Many Games. Let's see. VidCon is June 22nd to the 25th. And Too Many Games is June 24th, so they would overlap. Okay, at least I have a little bit of an excuse.
Yeah, right. There you go.
VidCon, I'm going to go harass all the other the low-level YouTubers like myself and force them to collaborate with me.
That's what it's all about. That's why you go to these conventions. You got it. If you're not going there trying to grift yourself around, then what are you doing?
It's all about the grift. Let's see here. Well, guys, I think we're gonna get some other people hopefully showing up. Jim, you might be my crutch tonight.
Oh my God. Oh,
hopefully you can handle
poor man.
it. Hopefully. But we're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna talk about my top topic for today. I got a couple topics prepared, but hopefully I found a good video clip. Are you aware of a man named Ethan Klein, my friend?
Oh, who isn't? You mean the former most loved man on YouTube?
Yeah, why was he the most loved man on? I never understood that.
Yeah, I didn't really get the H3 hype at his peak, but I mean, I guess I tried watching Vape Nation. I was like, it's all right, I guess. But
I remember
what the people wanted.
Yeah, people would come to me when I first started doing YouTube. They're like, they would like ask me. I remember one of the first things they're like, "Do you know this guy H3 Productions?" And I was like, "No, I've never heard of He Productions." And then they started laughing, and they're like, "It's not He Productions, it's H3. And I'm like, "Well, that's retarded. Like, it's clearly He, spelled in like leet." So,
what's the H3 even mean? I never even knew what that actually stood for.
I don't know. That's a great question. H3 Production. How is it not He? He After Dark, He TV. Let's see. So Ethan and Gila Klein. So this guy, I don't know. I guess he made like stupid videos. And I remember that's the thing that's weird about me is a lot of people like get into YouTube because they're like, I fucking love YouTube and I love YouTubers and whatever else. I was just like, the only thing I watch on YouTube is Red Letter Media. And but I always liked making videos. Like I made videos back for like public access. So I didn't make videos because I was a YouTube fan. I just liked the format. So I guess when I got into it, they're like, oh, you must love PewDiePie. You must love H3. You must love Leafy. And I'm like, I have no idea who any of these fucking people are. And I never understood why they were popular. That's probably why it took so long to get popular on YouTube was I didn't understand. I'm like, this guy watches other people's videos and then reacts to them. How is that useful to anyone?
What I think, like, if you watch like other drama videos and they like do their retrospectives on like Ethan, it's like, oh, he hit like a lot of the easy targets, but he was still good at it. Like, you got to be good at it if you're going to talk shit though, too. But I guess back in 2016, if you're dunking on, Keem and Leafy and what is it, Deji, or maybe some of all the like the React World people, like, shooting your fish in a barrel back then.
Well, there's always the theory of YouTube, which is, are you good or were you there first? And to me, I don't know. Maybe some people really like this guy. I always look at it as there's a lot of guys on YouTube where people go, oh, their content is legendary. You never watched all of this guy's work. And then I go, I'm watching it doesn't hold up. And I go, oh, it's just like at the time there was nothing else. Now there's guys that are probably making stuff a million times better than people are making stuff that's a million times better than the garbage I make, so I can't complain. Yeah, regardless, this man is a comedian, right? He's a funny guy. Likes jokes, and has a very popular podcast called H3 After Dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And recently gotten a spot of hot trouble. What kind of saying is that? Gotten a bit of hot water for I'm screwing it up. For saying this on a podcast. Now, obviously, responding, he's upset. There was a shooting tragedy. I can understand that, but some people are saying these comments went too far. Let's take a look.
I don't know what to do, and I feel hopeless.
Can you hear this tab, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, so is Gila, who is, technically she's part of the H3 brand, but I think I don't know. I guess now she is. Was she always part of the channel?
I think she's been there from day one.
Yeah. Some people in the chat are saying, Darth Gamer says he should be banned permanently. Well, let's find out why we're saying that. Oh my God.
I don't know what to do, and I feel hopeless. I feel like there's zero hope.
Yeah, I don't know. I was wondering. So there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Don't.
I'll roll that back.
Roll that back.
Okay. So the clip we've been seeing is they've been editing it. So he goes,
Building.
someone should bomb that building, right? not a wise thing to say as a commentator, right?
And not a little bit of humor behind it or anything either. Just pretty deadpan.
Yeah, just someone should bomb that building, dude. Dude, someone should like bomb that building. Can I even say it in like mocking him? You're not allowed to. Let's be clear. You can't say this shit on YouTube. All right, like you can say this like with your buddies, maybe like, dude, someone should fucking blow that dude up or whatever.
Yeah, fuck that place up. But yeah, not when you're on YouTube, and I think he live streams it too, doesn't he?
Well, that's the thing is, if you watched the uploaded clip, now the entire podcast episode has been taken down because it was mass reported by everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but so this must have been the original broadcast that somebody was recording themselves, because in the video they uploaded their channel after he says he doesn't, or they cut it off before he says the line, and they put up a little title card that said technical difficulties, we're sorry, which was, I thought was pretty funny. He's talking about it, it's like technical difficulties. So somebody though must have been either recording or recorded it before they pulled the archive, or so, I don't know. But they I don't think ever uploaded this version to their YouTube channel. I think even they knew that Ethan went a little too far.
Mm-hmm.
And Pinocchio the Driving Ape has given a super sticker. Look at it. You can see it right there.
Nice.
Anyway, here's the thing. Is that all these people are going... I mean, I'll say this. Is it the best thing to say? No. But a lot of people have cut the clip where he just says it and looks at her, and then they cut it. But they have not played the full clip. Let's play the rest of the clip here. Actually, let me just do it from the beginning again so you get the context.
I don't know what to do, and I feel hopeless. I feel like there's zero hope.
Yeah, I don't know. I was wondering. So there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Don't.
I'll roll that back.
Roll that back.
I do have to say, he's looking at somebody. He must be looking at the producer of the show.
Uh-huh.
Well, I
The guy's just
imagine
back there going,
he's going,
I know you like Susan, but no.
He's like, cut it off. All right.
Roll that back immediately.
Everything but violence.
Hila did agree. Hila, I don't know if it was a knee-jerk reaction, but after he says we should, you can hear her go, yeah. Like, it's like he's made a good point.
Someone should bomb that building.
Mm-hmm.
She goes,
Yeah, that's reasonable.
yeah. No, he's got a good point.
Okay,
Don't.
I'll roll that back.
Roll that back immediately.
Everything but violence.
Just
So
rewind
let's
time.
eliminate it.
Let me.
All right.
Oh, maybe that is what they put on. Yeah, I don't know if they added. I don't know if that was live or if that was during the show. But I love this little.
If they did that live, that producer needs a raise. That's fucking
yeah.
great.
Well, they might have a technical difficulty. Like, I wonder if they're ready to dump it in case a guest says the N-word or something crazy.
I mean, it's not the first time Ethan said some dumb shit on his podcast either. So
Yeah.
they probably have it
No,
ready.
It's good to have like a 15-second delay so you're ready to dump it. Speaking of taking a dump, here's the great Andy Signore. Andy, how you doing? Jesus Christ. Oh no, we've caught him at the worst possible opportunity. He's just blowing up that mic.
Guns blazing.
Oh God, that felt good.
The more is more school of comedy from Andy Signore.
I'm sorry. How you doing, Vito?
I'm doing all right, buddy. How you doing? Happy
Got that
Memorial.
out of me.
I do have to mention today is Memorial Day, and thank everyone for their
Respect.
service.
My fart just reminds you to do that.
Exactly. If you're gonna put in a Memorial Day plug, do it immediately after a man drops a huge dude. No, we do not disrespect the troops. Inopportune moment, Andy. But I did want to say Happy Memorial Day. I guess was what I was
Hey,
getting at.
yes. Do we celebrate that? That seems weird.
Not
like-
it depends. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll segue out of that as well.
No. I was gonna go. I was tempted to go to the Church of Scientology's Memorial Day celebration. Somehow, I think I went on Eventbrite. I was like, "What's going on today?" Like Scientology, we got hamburgers and hot dogs, and we'll try to poison your mind with the teachings of Xenu. I was like, that kind of sounds fun, but instead I just slept all day.
That would have been an epic video, dude.
Oh, if I try to record at the Scientology thing, I'm just gonna get attacked by like 15 Scientologists. Like, have you ever seen whenever you try to record those guys? I would have immediately had like 12 Tom Cruise wannabes. Excuse me, sir. Can I help you at all?
I just imagine that's on crazy lockdown there. Like, oh yeah, we can't let anyone who doesn't believe it already hear this shit.
Yeah, I don't know what happens at the
Depends how many Eden levels you have, I guess, right?
I'll look up for more Scientology events. I'll try to make an appearance. Well, Andy, we're talking about Ethan Klein. Did you ever meet Ethan Klein? He used to be
no, he's
LA.
one I didn't know.
Yeah. Have you ever been a fan, or you don't really care about the guy?
Yeah, I liked him early on. I never really followed any of those people, but yeah, I mean, I knew of him and I thought he was doing interesting work. And then as soon as he got more and more famous, it seemed like he, decided to turn on certain sides. I think I like some of his fights, I'll be honest, and I find more of his fights hypocritical.
Well, I think these guys.
I haven't seen him in a while though, so I don't know what's happening new.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I understand people getting annoyed with the way things change. Ethan used to be on top and his brand of humor was the best and whatever else. And now I think he's kind of seen, humor's gotten a little weirder. There's kids making edgier jokes. It makes some people uncomfortable. It clearly makes Ethan uncomfortable. So I understand the concerns he has. He's very much like kind of like a bleeding heart liberal, and he's worried about radicalization and whatever else. But then sometimes he goes, and starts picking fights with like Keemstar and whatever else. And like, is Keemstar really like the worst thing that ever happened to anybody, man? Like, why don't you just have fun, make your own videos? Who cares? Anyway, have you seen this clip? I assume
He wants to bomb an NRA. Jesus Christ!
Have you not seen this clip yet?
No.
What?
Dude, I'm in Johnny Depp land, or I'm playing with my kids. I don't
Dude,
see any
all
other news.
week this has been going on. I think he got a strike. Let's listen.
Moron.
Let's go on
I
through.
don't know. I was wondering. So there was a big protest outside the NRA meeting, which was good. Do we have any insight into what they're actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas? Someone should bomb that building. Okay, so I'll roll that back.
Roll that back immediately.
Everything but
Hold on.
violence.
It's rewind time.
Let me.
Ever since you pointed out Gila's, it just
Yeah,
gets so
Gila
much harder every time.
just kind of goes along with it. She's like, yeah, of course there should be. Andy, is this acceptable on YouTube to call for the bombing of a major convention?
I mean, if he had made it a joke, I wouldn't have had as much of a problem, but that was a clear let's
Yeah.
bomb them. Like, I think he genuinely meant it. And so yeah, I got umbrage at that.
He is deadpanning it. It's not, I mean,
I don't think it's a joke.
well, I don't.
And especially when he says, "Oh, I'll roll that back." It wasn't like he was like, "No, I'm saying," because he didn't even try to explain the joke. Like,
Yeah.
I'm all for dark humor and doing the jokes. And that some may think that's, well, I don't know, but that wasn't a joke. So yeah, I think that was a threat, and that therefore that was really stupid on his brand.
I would say I don't think it was a joke, like a funny joke, but I also don't think he meant it seriously. I think it was like a flippant, like, somebody should shoot that guy in the head. Like, you don't actually want the guy to get shot in the head, but just kind of a way of being like, kind of flippantly disparaging of that situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, look,
I don't think he was serious. is what
I
mean.
understand his anger. Like, I
Yeah.
get the anger of it all. Like, but yeah, you can't say that shit.
Well, who else might weigh in on this? Is Trixie the Golden Witch. Trixie.
Hey, how's it going?
I know you're a huge he fan.
I actually was at a time. There was a period I was really into Ethan and Hila's channel.
Well,
It
that
was
would
like
be
a relationship
some good
simulator for me.
insight. Yeah, what is the appeal of Ethan Klein? What makes him so? I mean, he is a popular guy. His channel's got millions of subscribers.
I think he's got that dogged willingness to talk about any subject, to say dumb shit like this that, like, in certain contexts, the willingness to say dumb shit like this can be a good thing. But in a context like this, you kind of look at it and go, okay, Ethan, like, you shouldn't say these words in this order. Come on, man.
But that being said, I know this episode it looks like the podcast is still up, but I know this episode was taken down. Well, let's listen in. Let's see. Has YouTube gone too far and taken this down, or let's get the rest of his comments here.
Okay,
Don't.
I'll roll that back.
Roll that back immediately.
Everything but violence.
It's rewind time.
Let me.
Cut back.
I got a little carried away there. Nobody bombed the building. All right, I take that back. Thank you. I took it a little too. I got a little passionate there. Let's roll it back.
How do we go back in time?
Rewind time. Yeah, let's protest that building. Let's bomb it with emotional protest
A love bomb.
in Minecraft.
Let's love bomb it.
Let's love bomb it.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said love bomb.
They could. The love was silent.
Right, right.
Kill him with kindness.
Let's fucking kill everyone in that building.
Let's
with
just
kindness.
let's end the show.
That's funny.
Let's fucking bomb.
See, that's a good joke.
See, that's the joke.
Yeah, there we
now
go.
I'm okay with it.
Hold on.
Fucking
Took a bit to
bomb
get
that.
there.
Oh wait, why did it get screwed up? We want to bomb everybody in that building with kindness.
Let's fucking kill everyone in that building. with
Let's
kindness.
just end the show.
Let's fucking bomb that.
See, that was a good joke. I want to kill everybody in that building with kindness. All right, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah,
He
love
got
bombing
there.
them. That was a good save.
Exactly. He walked it
He
back.
took
That's
it back.
the
Who
thing.
cares? Move the fuck.
Yeah.
I can't stand
Yeah.
all these people who say they're fans and they literally just watch to grab the 2 seconds you fuck up
Yeah.
and then try to cancel you. Oh, look, I don't like what he said. He walked it back. He made a joke. Move the fuck on, people. This is nothing.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing is
yeah.
right
I can't
now-
imagine handling
ahead.
it better yourself after having recognizing the mistake and then immediately correcting it. You know.
Well, he now has
How many videos did Jeremy at the quartering make about this?
at least a few. I know he
I
made at
mean,
least one.
It's just that I get it. They love hating on
Look
each
this
other.
up right now.
Not
Yeah.
hating.
Hold on, I'll go on over there. They know where
I mean,
their bread is
when Jeremy
buttered.
said it, he knew. He just like, fuck, I just bought the quartering like a whole new car today.
Yeah, he goes, I got a whole week for him. Let's
These are
see.
3 of the first 5 thumbnails.
All right, we got 3.
Good
We
for
got
him.
H3 hypocrisy.
Oh my
Ethan
God.
Klein calls for violence.
Jesus
Good
Christ.
for him.
And
Yep,
of course,
1, 2,
Ethan
3,
Klein
at least 3 so
banned.
far.
That's a hustle.
Wow. Look at these thumbnails always. What does he have like what's with his eyes?
I am not knocking Jeremy. He's been good to me. Do not see.
I
No,
always say this about Jeremy. He's the smartest man
respect-
in the game.
I respect-
Yeah,
how-
definitely
I
that.
disagree, but
How-
I respect the man.
How can I hate a man who knows how to butter his
If
bread?
I could grift this hard, I
honestly, I see what Jeremy goes and I go, I wish I could do it. I just can't pretend to care
well,
about
you
the
know,
number of
you're working
things.
towards it. You've got the Monday night grift, you know.
Yeah, I'm
We're-
working
we're
on
all-
getting
we're on our
this
way up.
level of just like hating everything that happens and commenting on it. It's fascinating.
You
Well, you
just
don't
need
have
the
to
3 uploads
actually-
a day.
The key is
Exactly,
not actually
exactly.
hating it and just being really good at pretending you care.
I know that's the thing. That's why I don't hate the quartering. Is I go, I know he's playing a character. It's a great character he's invented. What I wanted to bring up, but please keep discussing, is that the entire internet is trying to cancel Ethan Klein. Specifically, of course, the conservative side of things, because what do you call it? They love to seize. Look, and I know I have a conservatism
It's
audience,
just-
of course, but it becomes this political game of, see, the liberals want us to die, and I'm like, he doesn't really want you to die. He made a stupid comment. He walked it back. Meanwhile, you even have Donald Trump Jr. weighing in. I mean, this is
Yeah.
big. It's big when Donald Trump Jr. I know he's like a shit poster, but he's commenting on random YouTube videos. He goes, Ethan Klein has 2.9 million subscribers on YouTube and has made multiple encouragements for violence, death against
Oh my
conservatives.
God.
Do you really think that Ethan Klein is trying to get anybody killed? I don't believe it.
I really think these people, they probably don't know who Ethan Klein is or why he's famous and think he's like some big liberal talking head. But like he's famous for being like a dumbass edgelord. Like he's not beloved for being a political talking figure. I'm sure that he shares
makes
lots of
funny
audience with people
videos.
like
Yeah, it's what
that
people dunk on the
actually
most
listen
for.
to, you know.
Like he, correct me if I'm wrong. Like he used to make like really funny videos back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
and now he's
Yeah.
just do
He's always been a comedy. I mean, he still is a comedy podcaster. Like it's not, he drops these political stuff in there, but it is a comedy show, which is why he tried to turn it into a joke. It just feels weird to me that they're acting like people listen to Ethan Klein. Like his audience doesn't expect that of him. Nobody expects this guy to be a like smart political dude. He is a fucking comedian on YouTube, you know?
right. And the only one, to honestly, I'll Vito, you're making me go. The only one grifting here is Don Jr. I mean, like Jesus Christ, making a mountain out of molehill. It's like that's what he does because he's got nothing of his own except for his dad's legacy and that everyone hating on his dad, and then he knows how to play that game. And it's just like I don't understand how you can call out Ethan Klein but not call out Don Jr. Like call them both out at least. You know what I mean? I'm so sick of people who only call one out. Like, and then we'll say Don Jr. is the hero in this scenario. Dude, Don Jr. that is about the most grifting thing I've ever seen right there to try and rally more donations. And you know, if you hate one, you got to.
And all the major conservative figures are doing it. I guess my thing is, look, I get a lot of guys and they go, hey, I love edgy jokes. And, you know, comedians sometimes say the wrong thing, but we shouldn't cancel them for it. But because they don't like Ethan Klein, they're like, well, no, we should cancel Ethan, though. And I'm like, well, no, you got to let comedians look. The whole point is sometimes we say things that are completely over the line. We find the line for the rest of you. Okay. We go over the line constantly, and that helps establish the line for society. That is the role of the comedian. Okay. Sometimes maybe we go beyond and we screw up. We can't then go on this. Like, I mean, here I have a tweet from Keemstar I just found where can you think of any YouTuber, you know, who had their YouTube channel and can't terminate and why? 3 days ago, H3H3 podcast, Ethan Klein called for a terrorist attack on U.S. soil and still has a YouTube channel. It's not making sense, is it? So Keemstar is now saying that Ethan is calling for terrorist attacks and should have his entire channel banned.
Wow, Keem really?
He'll
Isn't
take
that
any
a little?
shit.
Isn't that a little much? And I know that Keemstar has personal beef with Ethan, but to be coming out and saying the man's a terrorist and needs to have his channel banned.
I agree this is over exaggeration on Keem's part, but I think he is pointing out the hypocrisy of the YouTube system and how protected Ethan is. If anybody else did that, he probably would have had his channel terminated. Like
maybe I don't know. I
do think Ethan is enough in the pocket of YouTube that he's somebody who they can give him a thing to say afterwards if he fucks up, right? Like, I mean, he already did kind of correct himself right there in the clip, so
I don't think he has that closer relationship with YouTube.
He's one of the people who's at all the big. He's one of the inner circle YouTubers, like the ones who gets invited to the really close circle events. He's talked about it.
So. Yeah, he had dinner with Susan to talk about the problem.
Dinner with Susan.
Yeah, but
you
know,
people have been terminated for far worse, far less. Vito.
CMC Advance says, I love when Vito is wrong. Shut up, CMC Advance.
It happens all the time.
I'm
CMC.
always right. My
biggest frustration, Vito, have you noticed it? Like, because when I got canceled, right, you know who came to my defense and actually open arms, like helped me get back up? It was conservatives.
Oh, that is true.
And I applaud them for that. But I find it so interesting and hypocritical that as soon as a liberal that they don't like says something wrong, they want to cancel them. And I'm just like, you can't have it both ways. You either don't believe in cancel culture or you do. And
the hypocrisy is it'll just drive you up a wall. It drives you up a wall. That you have people who say, I want people to say whatever they want. I want free speech and it's not fair to cancel people. And then it gets turned around and they want everybody canceled.
I do it. I look, Keem's overreacting, but he's right. The YouTube as a platform, it is hypocritical and it's frustrating because so many smaller creators will get screwed over saying something silly, but Ethan Klein's protected and he won't. And I can understand wanting to call out that frustration. I do. I can see that from that side, but I mean, no one should be calling for him to be canceled on this because we should all be supporting each other to know that that was not that bad. He clearly walked it back. It was clearly a joke.
And especially when you see, like, you know, that let's be clear. Donald Trump Jr. does not know anything about Ethan Klein, doesn't even care what he said. It's literally just, this is a thing I can hop on to try and win votes and convince people that the libs are insane, whatever. All okay. Ethan Klein does not represent all liberals. Again, you're right. He's a shit poster comedian who's screwing around, went a little too far. It doesn't represent like mainstream attitudes.
There's a guy meme screen saying conservatives don't want him canceled. They want the rules enforced. What's Don Jr. then doing right here? Please tell me, meme screen. What's the point of what Don Jr. is doing? I don't see him asking for rules to be enforced. I see him calling out Ethan for saying something without and not even putting it out there. What rule is he enforcing? Is Don Jr. pointing out a YouTuber that got can't? No, he's being lazy and he's putting out a cancellation request because he's trying to shit talk Ethan Klein, and that's what he's doing. If he wants to point out the hypocrisy and show me one YouTuber that got can't, and Ethan didn't, then I would agree with you, meme screen and others. But other than that, he's putting out propaganda to devalue and try to demonetize and cancel Ethan Klein with stuff out of context. I don't support that shit.
I like that phrase, cancel request. Oh, that's fun. That is what they be doing.
It's just a bit of a cancel.
Can you cancel
request
this
here.
person for me, please? I
would
heard
like
they
to
were on
request
the other
this person to be
team.
canceled.
Yeah.
Do enough of us agree?
Do enough of us agree about what? The cancellation is going too
No,
far?
we were just making a joke. I was going with Trixie on that.
sorry.
I was ad-libbing. You ruined it.
Well, because I'm busy pulling up clips and then you ask a question and there's dead air.
Well, we weren't
I'm trying
talking to you,
fill it.
Vito. We were talking
I
to each
know.
other. Thank
I'm
God.
trying to. Ethan Klein has responded in a few ways. He says, conservatives got triggered over jokes I told and mass reported me. I got banned for a week and the episode has been removed. If only they cared about dead kids as much as they do jokes.
Facts.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Facts.
very clear. Is like, why is anyone wasting time talking about what a stupid YouTube comedian said this week of all weeks?
Right.
Are
Let's
there
focus
not-
on Ethan Klein instead of actually figuring out a way to stop this. No,
Right.
let's focus on Ethan Klein. That's a good use of time.
It does feel like they're using him as like a smokescreen to go, well, you can complain about gun violence all you want, but really the problem is these crazy liberals who want to kill us. And you're like, guys, he was joking around. And if you watch the full clip, yes, at first he says something a little off the cuff, which again, I liken to, oh man, I hate my boss. I wish I could cut that guy's head off. You don't actually want to cut your boss's head off. Okay. It's
Right.
it's
very
creative
normal to
hyperbole.
say these kinds of violent things anywhere other than the internet. It's only that Ethan Klein should be like specifically trained to not say shit like this from, I don't know, 12 fucking years of being a high profile podcaster and YouTuber. But he does have Tourette's. I don't know if that makes it hard in this specific case, like, because he doesn't have the type where he
yeah.
just like shouts out curse words or anything. But I don't know if that makes it like more difficult to inhibit what you say.
We should be, as conservatives especially, should be fighting for the right for any of us to say whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
So it really bugs me that we're this guy said something mean and oh my god, it's like grow up. They're
Well,
such babies.
not
Like,
only that,
hell?
some of them think he's
And they don't
supposed
get the
to go to
shit about
jail.
context when they should, because
Right.
they're always conservatives are legitimately often taken out of context. This makes them look like such idiots because this is such a dumb debate.
And
it's
that's
frustrating me with
what they get themselves
frustrating me
into.
with YouTube and social media conservatives because I just think they're all bullshit trying to make clicks versus actually caring about issues. You know what I mean? That's the reality I think we're starting to see, Vito. You're seeing that. There's so
Oh,
many
absolutely.
YouTuber and social media things that are literally there to outrage instead of actually have conservative values. And more conservatives should stand up and be like, "Fuck this bullshit noise. You're full of shit."
I talk about this with Dick often, and Dick says the modern conservative celebrity does not exist to get votes for their party. They exist solely to promote themselves and their book and whatever else. So all these guys out here, they don't care about the issues. They don't care about, moving America forward. They're only here for self-promotion. And I think that becomes very obvious when they get in on these stupid, should not be a huge story. A YouTuber said something stupid and every person on the internet has to grandstand about it.
Well, Vito,
it's
what should be
bizarre.
done about the actual issue at hand? Are you going to go there or not even?
What
address
should be
that?
done about? Look, I believe in gun ownership, but I also believe in extreme gun regulation. And I'm at the point where I don't think we know that kids and their brains do not finish developing before the age of 25. I don't think young people should be able to have a gun without the supervision of what do you call it? Unless there's an adult shooter with them. No kid, no 18-year-old kid should privately own a rifle.
But they can go to they can sign up for the army.
Yeah, they can sign up for the army because the army, the gun is going to be under the control of the United States is giving you the gun, and we're watching you the whole time. Okay, we're putting you in our barracks. We're sending you to our battlefield. It's not just you get to have a gun and run around and do whatever you want with it. So that would be my argument. Is I just think young people, there's too much mental illness. The kid, let's be clear, kids these days are fucking insane. I know kids have always been insane, but I meet young people now and I go, I don't trust you with fucking anything. And I especially don't trust you idiots with a gun. All you have to do, they go on 4chan and 10 seconds later, they're like, I got to start a race war. You're like, motherfucker, like, stop taking the world so seriously. Calm the fuck down. All right. I would like to see some regulation if raising the age of gun ownership. And I know that upsets some people, but why does a kid need a gun? If he needs to go hunting, he can go hunting with an adult figure who can supervise. I don't see why an 18-year-old needs to own a rifle.
I'm with you on that one. I agree.
People are saying at that point, why not just move the age of adulthood to 25 then? For a lot of things, I'm okay with that. Honestly, yeah, probably.
Life expectancy keeps getting longer. I guess it's about time we raise the age that you could be, it's there's more to take in this world. It takes longer to learn enough to process everything happening in this new reality.
Well, it's weird you can't drink until 21, but you can buy a gun. I mean, it is kind of weird.
Go to work in another country.
Well, I think alcohol should be returned to 16. Kids should.
I think you should be able. Personally, I think you should be able to own a gun and drink at 16.
Let's be clear. Look at me. I'm a grown man. Okay, supposedly with a shelf full of action figures and toys and garbage. We all live in a perpetual childhood. No one should trust me with a gun. No one should trust. Okay, it takes a while to grow up these days. I think that people now. It used to be yes, you probably did have to smarten up. Okay?
You know what I
back
think?
when
I think
18-year-olds were buying guns before, it was probably they also were working a 9-to-5 job down at the fucking mill. Okay, but now they're not doing that. They're just sitting around watching anime, and then they get some crazy idea in their head and they go kill people.
Vito,
go ahead,
what if it was like mandatory to be trained with guns? Like, what if you just had to know how to be responsible, and we had like a whole course on gun safety?
No, because then the nut job's just really good at using his gun. I don't know.
He has a different relationship with the weapon. That nut job's not going to make it through that class.
I don't think a relationship with the weapon is necessarily going to benefit the world.
I think it could. I think it's better than ignorance.
Yeah,
I think it's better for us to know as much about the thing as possible than to be ignorant of it and not know what its potential is or what it can do. So I would rather
think they
teach
know what
kids
it can
deliberately
do
about
in these mass shootings.
Not
okay?
really.
I think
I think they think they can do a lot more with these fucking guns when they do these mass shootings. It's always like 300 bullets fired, 2 dead. Like
I don't want to hear.
They don't know what they're doing.
Like, oh, this guy killed 20 guys from a clock tower. Yeah, but he really loved that gun and respected it. Oh, okay, that makes it a million times better. No. I don't buy it. I'm not buying that line.
I remember I worked for a conservative friend of mine who I look. I'm not. This isn't a knock. It's just funny. He's a veteran, has a bunch of guns, and his buddy, another guy we were working with, also big gun owner, and we were pitching for a gun manufacturer, like marketing. Really hard for them to market, obviously, because they can't go on certain social media outlets, etc. And I'm a digital marketer. I'm trying to figure out, all right, well, and I was getting paid a lot, so I was like, all right, this goes against what I believe, but all right, how would I sell guns? Really,
how do I make this?
And I remember just doing like talking to the guys, the gun owners. I'm like, what do you guys do with the guns? And they nothing. They literally did nothing with them. They're like, well, I'll go target practicing. I'm like, cool. How often do you do that? I don't know. When's the last time you went? I don't know, like 8 months ago. I'm like, oh, so all right, do you do anything else with them? They just literally are hoarding. I know they each had like 8 guns for like when their freedom was attacked. Like, well, that's really what the guns were for.
Which I don't have a problem with, and that's what I think guns should be for, is you put them in a basement, and if Robot Hitler takes over, you go, well, at least I can protect my family and maybe do something about it. All
I
right.
just couldn't. I still like this. I'm so like that's for, and I know a lot of gun owners believe in that. Like, you don't do anything with them except you hold them for when the apocalypse comes,
Yeah.
or when they come to take your land. Which, okay,
For
Seems
they're
like
for
a lot of guns to have,
protecting
but-
your liberties. Well, you want to fund you want to be able to help out the militia. Hopefully, when the shit hits the fan, you got a couple buddies. You call them up. You go, "Hey, I stashed some ghost guns in the cellar. Let's take back America." The problem is then some crazy stupid kid who goes on 4chan all the time starts getting ideas in his head, and he kills a bunch of people. So I don't trust these people. I want to see this video real quick. That people are now reporting the Ethan to the police, trying to get him arrested
Oh no.
for terrorist
Please,
distract.
no.
Guys, come on! It's a joke.
I watch Texas. How can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I just returned from the NRA annual meeting in Houston, Texas at the George R. Brown Convention Center. And while I was in there, there was a person online. His name is Ethan Klein.
Oh,
He was on a podcast, and he made the comment that someone should bomb that building.
What the hell, man? What do you think? Do you think the FBI? That's the thing. I see all these people and they're going, "Oh, the FBI is coming for Ethan now," and I'm like, maybe they're gonna. I don't know. I mean, there's always those things. If you threaten the president, they'll usually show up. But I think if you make a joke like, "Oh, somebody should blow that place up," I don't think the FBI is gonna waste their time and resources going after a comedian who made a dumb joke on his podcast. I really don't believe it.
One intern might be like, "All right, I'll watch it and I'll find out." And he's like, "Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nothing. Don't worry about it."
If then again, sometimes the cops do go overboard. So, but at the worst, a cop's going to show up and go, "Sir, do you have any plans to blow up a building?" And he's like, "No." And they're like, "All right, let's get out of here."
that's insane that guy did that.
There's a bunch of. I'm sure they have gotten hundreds of calls because again, all these people are coming out and saying this man is a menace and he's trying to get you and your family killed. The liberals want you to murder all the conservatives. Tim Pool has been talking about it like crazy as well. Tim Pool is another legendary grifter who is taking this as far as he possibly could. And let's be clear. I mean, Ethan's not a bad guy. Donating $50,000 to the elementary school shooting victims fund from the recent shooting. I mean, I can't imagine thinking this guy is actually a murderer. I don't buy it. It's bizarre. And you can say he's a shit lib and you don't like his politics, fine. But to say he's a murderer and a terrorist and he needs to have his channel banned is a little far, I would say.
What if
I'm
he
gonna
does?
bring
Imagine being the guy killed by Ethan Klein, though.
Imagine if
scroll
Ethan Klein
down.
kills you.
Can you scroll down to that Regan Gomez? Yeah, I went to high school with her. That's so random.
Oh, really? You went to high school with this lady? A teacher called police saying 8 to 9 students were alive. Well, that's such a bad. It's been a terrible. That's the thing is this is what we need to be talking about. This is a distraction to talk about Ethan Klein's mad at the NRA. A lot of people are mad at the NRA right now, and you can say that's good or bad. But this should not be a major story that all these conservative figures are talking about. Real quick, I have a couple super chats. Dr. Wolfstar says TBF, Vito had a more hypocritical take in this convo when he talked about maps with Brittany Venti. Vito can never say he cares for kids anymore. How am I being a hypocrite? What is hypocritical about anything I'm saying? I think Ethan has the right to be a comedian, to say things that are, let's be clear. If you had a casual conversation with your buddies, this sounds like a guy who didn't, there's certain things you can't say during a broadcast. But if I was hanging out with a guy and he's like, yeah, somebody should fucking blow that place up or some shit, I would know he's just talking shit. He's talking out his ass. He's blowing smoke, right?
Yeah, it's just like bar talk. Some guy who just goes off the handle. You're like, all right.
Or even radio or podcast talk, stuff that's not really supposed to be taken that fucking seriously.
Didn't
People
Stern
act
say
like
worse
it's-
for 30 years?
Exactly. Well, Stern has said much worse. Stern said he wanted
fucking Klein has also said much worse too. Is another thing. This is not the first time he said something that gets him in hot water. It's just yeah, I would expect this from him.
Yeah, he's the N-word F-slur guy. I don't know this.
One of my favorite long-standing Stern bits was that he would constantly talk about his time in Vietnam, which, to be clear, he was far too young to have served in Vietnam, and would just go on at length about all the war crimes he was proud of committing. And he would get other Vietnam veterans to call in, real ones. Go, yeah, I remember cutting the ears off all those Vietnamese children. Guy would be like, yeah, I remember. He's like, I was there, right? They go, you were there, Howard. I remember seeing you.
That's fucking funny.
And it's terrible, but you know that he didn't commit war crimes in the same way that Ethan isn't going to blow anything up. BBL for $9.99 says conservatives aren't mad at Ethan's speech. I think some of you are. I mean, let's be clear. I don't want to demonize all conservatives. I know a lot of you guys do support free speech and jokes. The problem is that the big commentators with the check marks who are coming after Ethan all seem to be conservative commentators. So maybe not the guys on the ground, but definitely the, the faces or whatever, the influencers. If anything, it's the fact that YouTube enforces its rules unevenly. I think we would all rather have 2009 Wild Wild West YouTube back. I'd like some of that. I think YouTube has gone too far with banning stuff where it's like, why? Like when they banned flat earthers, was that really necessary? Like, yes, it was making the world stupider, but I don't know. We've had people believe the earth was flat for thousands of years and it didn't blow up any, it didn't cause any trouble. So I think YouTube does go too far with their bannings. And I'd like them to walk some of that back. Benjamin Wheeler for $9.99 says, I wish people like Ethan were more transparent about their agenda. He wants to maintain his business and remain relevant, yet he also wants to hold on to a piece of himself that he sees as edgy. Well, that's an interesting comment. Can Ethan Klein be the ultimate nice guy? I make stupid hoodies with my wife for kids and I love everybody, but also be an edgy comedian shit poster? Is he trying to do too much?
Does he even really try to present himself as a nice guy, though?
I don't know.
I think he's always just kind of been a dick and been himself. He just kind of like started to lean a little safer once the show everything took off.
Well, no, because his recent content has been like policing other YouTubers. He makes videos calling out Keemstar, calling out the quartering, whatever else, saying that they're evil, Grift, or whatever the hell. I mean, he's entitled to his opinion.
That is what his content has always been. He's always been like content cop 2, basically. Like mostly it was shitting on channels that are really fake. Like he would find people who whose content like the whole Elsa Spider-Man shit, like that weird stuff for kids that people make. Do you know what I'm talking about, Vito? The Elsa and Spider-Man stuff?
He would make the YouTubers who were making these weird videos where Elsa and Spider-Man were humping each other and
and like just doing weird cartoony shit,
but a little too much.
Ethan was the one who sort of like made a big video that made everybody know about that, and so like he broke lots of those kinds of stories back around 2015 thereabouts, is like when he was really blowing up. And in the early days, him and Hila, like they were like stealing to survive in New York City. Like they were drug dealers. Like they're admittedly not great people. Hila being from Israel, served in the military herself, so she's a hard person. Like these aren't like, that's why I was saying earlier, these aren't people that anybody looks to as like moral paragons. Like they've always been edgy alternative people that appeal to people like me, who was a fan at a time. And like for me, it just got too political, a little too lefty during the whole Donald Trump phase, where that whole presidency I had to just hang out with Dick Masterson and not listen to anybody else talk about anything pretty much. But it's just weird to me to see him being like talked about as though he was a leftist figurehead, when it's like he might be friends with some leftist figureheads or something, or share some audience with them, but I just don't think anyone takes his political opinion seriously at all.
Well, that's the weird thing, is that I think a lot of people do get labeled as being like major lefty whatever creators, or I'm like, I think he's just a creator who I guess happens. I mean, he doesn't really have extreme lefty opinions. He doesn't like the NRA. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty common
I don't
thing.
like the NRA. Fuck the NRA.
I don't think anyone does right now.
I was just giving a pro-gun argument earlier, and I'm like, fuck the NRA. They bomb them. No.
Well, that's why I
dislike.
That's why I dislike the reporting on it, is that there's always this spin of this guy is a huge respected leftist, and this is what the leftists are saying. I'm like, no, this is what one comedian said. He made a joke and he walked it back, but they always try to make it as this. No, this is what all the liberals are saying and believing and whatever else. Now, I believe, yes, you should blow up all that. No, I'm just kidding. But not all of us do. Let's see. I had a great one here.
Wait, I just want to clarify because someone in the chat said, "Did Trixie just say Ela being from Israel was in the military, so she's a horrible person?" I didn't say horrible. I said she's a hard person,
Hard person.
hardened. Like she's got a lot of will. Is what
The
I'm trying to say.
Areola Ayatollah says Tim Pool is a grifter and Ethan is a good guy. Quoting me, Vito, you are hopeless. I don't like that Tim Pool guy. Take off the beanie. Everyone knows you're bald. Look there. Get it over with. I don't know. Is there anything else to say here? He's friendly with YouTube. How many mass shooters have been members of the NRA? That's a good question. I don't actually know if it's a high or low correlation. Ethan is responsible for COPA. All right. Well, I mean, ultimately, look, a YouTuber says something stupid and walks it back immediately. It was not even that he had to wait to apologize. On the show, 2 seconds after saying it, he apologizes. He walks it back, makes a little joke, and we move on. But instead, we live in this out of context culture where you can take a 2-second clip of a guy and use it to bury them for weeks. And I think it's wrong. I don't know what we do about that. I don't know how we force people to put things into context and stop. I think that the people talking about it know that they're not giving the full story. And I think the people listening to the clips know they aren't getting the full story. How could you watch that clip and not go, well, what did he say afterwards? Was there anything preceding this? Did he apologize? And I would urge everybody out there to demand context. Never settle for a 1-minute clip. A 1-minute clip is never going to tell you the whole story. You know what I'm saying?
I do think there's one thing though, where if it was, say, Keemstar doing a live show and he said the same thing, Ethan would be the first one on there going, "Oh, Keemstar said this. Keemstar said this. He should be a terrorist."
And hypocrisy is bad. But I also hate when we get into this thing of, well, Ethan would have done the same, so it's okay to take him out of context. We got to have standards across the board. 2 more super chats. Rob Dinkle, all legal guns should be painted hot pink. Why not? That'd be fun.
That's not even a bad argument, really.
Yeah, because then they're less cool. Why do they need to be cool?
Hyper visible. Everybody knows you've got it.
All guns, every time you pull the trigger, it should say, "I'm gay, I suck cock." And then there would be less gun crime because the shooter would be like, "God damn it."
To be fair.
BBL says for A+ tech, I've been saying consistent over the years, gun laws should be increased to year 25. I agree. I think that's perfectly reasonable. It depends on who you ask. Do some people, a drug dealer might be a fantastic person to see. I have no idea what that was in response to, BBL, but thank you. All right. Anything else we got to say here? Or should we move on? Because I got another video here, guys. Actually, let me bring up hold on. Who has watched Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi? Have you watched the Obi-Wan show, fellas?
I liked it.
All right. Well, fantastic. There has been a mixed reaction. Actually, you know where I'll go? I'll go to my own channel where I was an idiot, I guess, because I dared to say, hey, this Obi-Wan show ain't too bad.
Thanks to you daring to say that. I dared to do the same, and I also got shit on for it. God damn it.
I said, it's only a 5-minute video I recorded very quick. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show is surprisingly good because I was like, this is going to suck balls. And I watched it, and it wasn't that bad. All right. And every comment I get is you are a shill. Let's see. I like to imagine Mickey's holding you at gunpoint while
Ronald
reviewing
H.
these
episodes.
episodes.
So
some people like me. I've heard it's a bait and switch. I keep hearing this. It's a bait and switch argument. I don't know who put anyone's what
bait and switch.
Okay, bait and switch. Because there's the what do you call it? There's the lady in the show who is an inquisitor, and they're going, she's going to turn out to be a good guy, and I'm like, that's not a bait and switch.
Is that right? You were wrong. Is that a Canal count? Is that what it is?
I think this is a fandom menace thing.
Have black actors play bad guys, right, Vito?
The story is going to be a bait and switch, and I'm like, you guys know that like character development is not a bait and switch. It's character development. If she turns out, I think we're gonna find out that she was
heard of what from who? Like who? What is this?
That there might be leaked storyline moments, but like who cares? Like if she ends up being good or like not totally evil, characters change. Do you need the Empire lady to be pure evil? It's utterly terrible. No, it's not. I can't possibly take this review seriously. Actually good. Mediocre is the absolute best. I can't believe the reviewer put this title. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I've been getting shit constantly. But here's what I keep hearing from people who hate this show. Is that the entire show is a failure because of this one chase sequence with Leia. Yeah.
It is
Hold on.
bad, in fairness.
Yes, it's very bad. It's a bad chase scene. Okay, but like
And the
I want
actress
to
playing Leia is terrible. She's a kid actress.
I love her. I love her. You don't like Kid Leia?
She's terribly. I mean, it's just badly written. She's not the best actress. No.
What is
I
badly written
like-
about it?
I like
That
her
she's
character.
like too smart and
Yeah,
for her own
she's too
good?
little. She's too little. They could have. Yeah, it just doesn't work.
I think it's cute.
I don't feel like she's genuine. She feels like a full of herself actor, little young actress.
But that's
reading
right
lines
to
too
me.
smart for
Yeah,
her.
but that's what I
why
like though. Is
think
that
that's why I think she's able to do the character in
Yeah.
spite of being too little.
She's a
It's
little
because
shit.
she has the right energy of it.
Leia
like-
was always a little shit. Do you remember watching? You know, a guy shows up to save you, and you go, "A little short for a stormtrooper, huh, buddy?" You know?
Yeah.
He goes, "No, I'm here to save you." She's like, "Come on, flyboy, get in the." She's yelling at her saviors in A New Hope. Leia has always kind of been a dick. That's what's great about her. Okay, like Han Solo's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe we escaped."
Oh,
And she's
come
like,
on, Vito. It's a complete bait and switch, Vito. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shut the fuck up. You're banned from the show forever. All right, anyway, this chase sequence. Can I watch 2 minutes of a chase sequence or am I going to get yelled
No,
at?
you're definitely
No,
getting.
done.
All right, let me see if I can watch 10
Maybe if you
seconds
put
of a
it in
chase sequence.
maybe if you put it in double or half
double
or
speed. Yeah,
something.
maybe double speed will do it.
Yeah,
But then
it's-
double speed, it's going
it
to
was
look like a
bad.
good chase sequence.
No, I don't think it's gonna help.
Basically, you have an 8-year-old Leia. She runs out of the palace. She meets. This is Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Is that correct?
Is that actually no? It's not actually Flea, right?
No, I think it
is
literally
Flea.
is.
Oh my
I
god!
thought that was a meme I saw because I haven't
Yeah, I
watched it
thought
yet.
so too.
It really is.
Yes, Red Hot Chili Peppers Flea guest stars and because
Wow.
I knew I recognized the guy, but I was
Yeah,
like,
me too.
this isn't an actor. Who is this guy? And it is Flea from Red Hot
Oh,
Chili
shit, that
Peppers.
is Flea.
Yeah, he's playing a bounty hunter type guy. Okay, and then yes,
Why is he
grown
dressed
men-
like normal?
He does kind of just look like Flea would just wear this in the real world.
He's had to be wearing a lot of clothes because, like, you would be able to see tattoos if any less was covered.
All right, I want to make a point though, and here we're playing this at 2x speed. Let's see. I gotta turn off the audio there. Okay,
Already wrong.
There's a
just as
little-
soon as it
there's a
switched
little
shots.
baby child who should not. Okay, hold on. This is the best. Yes, this is a terribly shot chase sequence. We can't watch it in 2x. Let me put it in. I'll just play very small snippets, like this one here, where she's being chased by Green Guy. Who you think Green Guy could just grab her here, but
No.
instead runs straight into a tree.
Oh no!
How did you not see the tree? It's right there.
This needs yakety sax behind it.
It does kind of. Why did you not duck at all? Okay, look. And here's the point I was trying to make is you can have a shitty scene that's just like badly shot. It doesn't mean the entire show is you.
Careful with that. That also gets content ID clips.
Yes. This is a terrible, terrible little. All right, cut the yakety sax. This is terrible. Nonsense. Yeah, we would have to provide it. But other than that,
The more is more. School of
okay,
Comedy.
look at how close the green one is. It's like she
I
could just
thought it was like,
reach
oh,
out
God.
and
They
grab
ran out
Leia
of
right
time.
here.
I really just think they ran out of time on that sequence.
What this strikes me as is like I think they probably had a drawn storyboard for this episode that they were following, and in that context, I could see it making sense. Where you're not watching a little kid outrun a bunch of adults, and as soon as they shot it, they should have realized this doesn't work. Like,
Well, no, it
Yeah, they
does
were
work
clearly on
if you
location.
shot it perfectly. They just shot it badly.
well, it's
And-
and edited it bad. Like
Edited
I
it
think you
badly.
could have probably edited around this and maybe
Or
used
just cut
20
the chase
seconds of
scene.
it or something.
You didn't need a chase scene.
Right? Yeah.
Just like grab her. like because they do grab her. Like the fact that they thought this chase scene was
accomplishes
needed
nothing.
to please the fans that needed action. It's like I don't know why they keep thinking they need this. Like, just we want good story, we want good characters. Just grab her.
My answer is that this is literally for the kids, like who project onto this character and are like, I've ran through the woods before. Like, imagine if there were dudes chasing me.
Real quick. I just want to play this part. Watch the green person struggle to get over a single twig right here. No! Come on!
It makes me feel like I'm watching Power Rangers for real.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, it's a bad scene, but but the idea that this is enough to say that the entire Obi-Wan show is a disaster, like all the comments I've seen about what's wrong with the Obi-Wan show, I'm going, all right, guys. First of all, they're on a TV budget. You get a one and done filming. If it doesn't work out, it sucks. But use whatever footage you got. Okay. So you can say it was, it's a terrible little scene. But I think the rest of the Obi-Wan show holds up. I'm not gonna judge it based on one bad fucking chase scene.
Someone in the chat pointed out the other controversial scene. This show isn't for kids because of the school shooter scene. You know about that, right?
Oh, that's true. That's what is
wasn't that how the show opened?
Yes, it opens with a school shooting that we've all probably seen before because it happened at the end of the third movie already when they actually showed him murdering children. They don't actually show any kids get murdered in this scene. People were acting like, oh, it's this crazy violent scene. No, all the kids escape. So,
well, actually, enough people complained about that they have actually added a warning before that scene. Now, if you watch it, which I was like, guys, if you are somehow reminded of school shootings by a bunch of people in power armor fighting Jedi, I think you're living in a bizarre, weird fantasy at this point. I mean, I don't know. I guess I see the parallels, but still.
Again, the kids escaped though, so I would think that this would be like a sigh of relief after all we've been through or whatever.
No, we need the trigger warning. Let's see here. Yeah, someone's saying no warning or everyone's asking for a trigger warning for that scene.
I mean, it is unfortunate timing. You'll give it that at least, but
yeah.
Andy, did you watch? So, Andy, you watched both episodes of Obi-Wan?
I did.
See, look, here's this is a. I'm gonna get this tweet right here. This is what people were saying on Twitter. For some reason, the new show Obi-Wan. For some reason, the new show opens with a school shooting. That's not exactly. I would not. Is the Jedi Temple? I mean, I guess is it technically a school? Can we call it a school shooting at the beginning of Obi-Wan? I feel like that's not the best way to put it.
It is the Jedi Academy, right? Like it's where they train the younglings. It's Order 66. This is where the game Star Wars Fallen Order. No, Jedi. Whatever the fucking.
I think Fallen Order has a Order 66.
Yeah, it's one of the kids escaped and becomes the main character, because he went with the Sith, and didn't get murdered. But all the other kids got murdered, according to the third movie.
Well, Andy, it sounds like you are you a fan of the Obi-Wan show, or are you not liking it so far? I'm getting different messages from different people.
I like it. I think. Look, I was looking up are the Phantom Menace folks actually watching it? Or are they holding their grounds to the?
They're all saying that it's terrible, and
they all said they weren't ever watching Disney Plus again. So I was just curious if all those folks actually have.
Oh, the ones who all said I boycott Disney because
honestly they're missing out. It's fucking great. It's a really the two things I was most impressed about. I mean, it's so nice to see Ewan McGregor back, but I loved the prequel recap at the beginning.
Yeah,
really brought me back and was reappreciated it. And it just takes you right back there. And then you're it basically gives you all the best stuff quickly. And then you realize, wow, there really was some good stuff. If he had just had a better editor and better.
Yeah, dude, script, I had the exact
there was a lot
same
there
feeling.
That could have really worked.
Someone just to tell him no.
We get to we get to continue that story with potentially better director and that was a really good start. And then you start with the execute order moment, which I thought was really well done. And then they do the whole justify, help me, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. I loved that trick because I was thinking wait, we're Leia, and then I was like, Well, yeah, that's fucking smart because you got to remember, Leia's the one who's like calling Obi-Wan for help. How does she
Right.
know? Oh, they had some adventures prior, and it actually makes the story a little tighter, I thought, and better, more connected.
I thought it did make sense that she knew Obi-Wan was a good. She's just not just a name she pulled out of a hat. She's like,
Yep.
no, Obi-Wan is a guy I can call in to save. Now, I did see people. See, people are making ridiculous complaints. One guy said, well, in the original movie, she says, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you fought with my father in the Clone Wars. We need you now. And she's like, so now it's like they're retconning it because why didn't she just say, remember when you saved me when I was a kid and I ran away from the. I'm like, no, that line still works.
Yeah.
She's reminding him.
The
of
reason
his
she knows
duty
that is
as a
because
Jedi
of
Knight.
this
Yeah.
moment where she found out about the fact that her father fucking did that with him.
Yeah, it's fine that she's referencing. She's just reminding him. She's like, no, it doesn't make any sense. The show has plot holes. It's a bait and switch. Here I saw this guy. I don't know. Does this guy have a ton of followers? Script Trooper. He is a
Never heard of
YouTuber.
him.
How the hell did Reva know to draw Obi-Wan out using Leia? Because, of course, spoilers, the plot is that they kidnap Leia because they know Obi-Wan will come to save her because he's friends with Bail Organa, her father. Now, you can say it was a long shot attempt, like kidnapping Leia. Maybe Bail would have tried to send the army after or whatever. But in the show, they say she researched, the Clone Wars and what was going on. She saw that Obi-Wan and Bail had this, great friendship. And she assumed that kidnapping his daughter would be a way to draw Obi-Wan out of hiding. Is it a perfect plot point? No, but at least it's explained in some way. And it's possible she found out something else that, truly convinced her that Obi-Wan would be the one that he would call on. We get so many of these guys nitpicking this story up and down. Oh, it doesn't make any sense. And it overwrites. I can't believe it overwrites the original trilogy. And I'm like, guys,
I haven't seen. I agree with Andy that I thought it really strengthened the connection between the two trilogies. Like, I watched this episode and thought, oh my God, it actually all makes sense in a way that I didn't think it could. And the only reason it can is that they made this show right when Ewan McGregor was the perfect age to convincingly look like he's about to become Ben Kenobi.
Now, this guy, I don't know why this guy keeps seeing his tweets. He goes, I've lost a lot of respect for Ewan McGregor for being an executive producer of Obi-Wan Kenobi and allowing original trilogy retcons the way Ewan McGregor wants a paycheck, motherfucker. He does not exist to be the sacred keeper of the Star Wars canon. All right? And you also have to deal with the fact that we never expected to get to the point where we were going to be building on movies made in the 70s, okay, and filling in gaps. There might be some small inconsistencies. There's small inconsistencies in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
A big inconsistencies in the original trilogy. Like Leia kissing Luke at the end of the first movie. They obviously didn't think they were going to be brother and sister when they wrote that in there.
Like Obi-Wan, I think it's a much bigger thing than when Obi-Wan goes, when I met your father, he was a great pilot. No, he wasn't. He was a stupid little pod racer kid. Is that piloting to drive one of those fucking things around? he gets in the back in a Naboo starfighter and basically just spins the thing and randomly wins the battle. I don't know if he was a great. That's not how I would describe him.
I'm just
when
really cracking
When
up.
I met your father, he was a little slave boy. Would have been a more apt description. Not a great pilot. My God, there's a lot of these inconsistencies.
How do people still have the energy to be mad about like Star Wars lore being ruined? Like, aren't they beaten into the death? At this point, it's been like 20 years of it being ruined.
I can understand if it's something where, you found out Luke Skywalker, I don't know, was secretly a Glorbax. I'd be like, sure, that's a little weird. But, saying that Obi-Wan met Leia when she was a little kid completely destroys the original trilogy is bizarre. Yeah, again, he's saying, I think the top of my list is how they retconned Leia's message. Why would she say years ago you served my father in the Clone Wars? This is a perfectly reasonable
nothing
thing for her to say. What is he
really
talking
is
about?
proving how Star Wars fans and a lot of fans have become the worst.
The funniest thing to me about the OP post is the suggestion that like Ewan McGregor is an expert on the script of the original trilogy and totally would have known that they contradicted it in these fucking tiny ways and approved it anyways nefariously.
he should have known. Ewan McGregor should have stepped in and went, well, I've read the expanded novel Obi-Wan's Battle Beyond the Stars, and in that one we establish he doesn't fucking know. He doesn't care.
No.
Oh my god.
I mean,
I'm sure when they hired him,
only as much as the people who were giving, like, he probably trusts the people in charge to know what the fuck they're doing with the thing, you know, like they're gonna make it make enough sense that people like us who aren't, like, you know, regular people who aren't so obsessed with Star Wars that we've memorized all the scripts and then come up with a way that all the ones that we like make sense together, and then all the ones we don't like don't make sense. You know, but all the ones we like still make sense because I like them. So, like, it just is out of control. None of them fucking make sense at all. It's a space fantasy series.
This guy's whole timeline of like trying to find plot holes is honestly, I'm going through it now. It's the most pathetic thing. So if Reva knew that Bali and Obi-Wan were friends, why didn't Vader just kidnap Ball and torture him until he told him where Obi-Wan was? I don't know, because Vader's probably got other shit going on. Was Vader hunting? I don't think Vader was hunting Obi-Wan. It was just kind of like, if Obi-Wan shows up, tell me. But we never got the idea that Vader had spent all his time trying to find Obi-Wan and get revenge. It's just, when Obi-Wan shows back up, he's kind of just like, oh, you're here? It's been a while. Like, let's deal with this now. But it's not, Vader wasn't trying to hunt Obi-Wan as far as I remember.
It's just something
Vader
that she thinks is going to impress him. She's like, oh, I'm obsessed with finding Obi-Wan because it would impress Vader, but Vader's got other shit to be worried about, probably. He's like
Vader is the Emperor.
Fucking Empire.
That's the other thing that people don't understand is that, another thing I see people complaining about is they go, what was it? They're like, why did Vader not know, or how did Obi-Wan not know that Vader was Anakin? And I'm like, Obi-Wan had just given up. He didn't care who Darth Vader was. And also, people don't realize at this point in time in Star Wars, Darth Vader was just kind of like the Emperor's lackey. He wasn't like known galaxy-wide. Like, as people did not know about Darth Vader in the galaxy unless they like came into contact with him. He was just kind of like an agent of the Emperor doing the Emperor's bidding. Yeah. I wasn't like, oh, here comes Vader. He was only known to people who had reason to know about him.
For that reason, my husband was complaining about this show that she shouldn't know that Vader is Anakin. That it's weird that even an Inquisitor knows that. Right. Maybe that's a more reasonable complaint.
I don't think so, though, because clearly this is a girl who everybody else is just running around doing space stuff. And she's like, there is a whole bunch of, documented lore on the Clone Wars. I think she's just read all these books and she goes, okay, wait, Anakin and Obi-Wan went to Mustafar where Anakin supposedly died. And then 2 days later, this guy named Darth Vader shows up with identical powers. Oh, Anakin survived and he's Darth Vader. Like, she's just a clever cookie who has put the pieces together. And I don't know why that's driving everybody up a wall. Here again, we get more of this. I agree that I've lost respect for Ewan McGregor. I already knew he was a woke sympathizer.
Yeah, I could tell that when he was in Moulin fucking Rouge in the year 2000.
They're using the word sympathizer like this is an ongoing conflict war. Like, I already knew he sympathized with the enemy, but now he's crapping on Alec Guinness's signature rule. Oh, I'm done with him. Oh, he's one of those sympathizers, one of those loyalists to the woke brigade. This is crazy the way these people talk about this stuff. Look, I'm okay if you don't like the Obi-Wan show, but it's not nearly the disaster people are saying. What? It's got one bad chase scene and then a bunch of like easily answerable, well, how'd she know he was Anakin? Because she like did some research. Does she have to specifically tell you? She does specifically tell you. She says, I forget what the line was, but she said she like looked into the Clone Wars. So I assume she's been doing a bunch of research in whatever the Imperial archives are and is connecting all the dots. It makes sense for her character. Is she a great actress? No, I think she's terrible, but whatever. She's also not the hook of the show. The hook of the show is going to be once Anakin shows up and Obi-Wan fighting him. I think that's going to be much more the focus in terms of villainy. I don't know. I like it. Who hasn't seen it?
I have not seen it.
Why haven't you seen it? What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I haven't gotten around anything Star Wars since Last Jedi, and I don't even hate Last Jedi. I was just like, yeah, I'm kind of done with this.
Fair enough. Fair
For clarification, like I'm not a big Star Wars person. Part of the reason also did a video on this first 2-part episode and kind of got shit on for saying I didn't like the prequels or the sequels, but this was like the most fun I've had with a Star Wars thing in forever. Where I was like, oh yeah, this actually like it's just conventionally well written and structured, which is something I can't say about like most of Star Wars. Like there's tons of cool ideas all over the Star Wars universe, but rarely does it all get strung together in like a coherent narrative that, you know, has pacing and characters and like obvious strings for the arcs to follow where you're like excited to see how these characters are going to grow. Yeah, is just a good show.
I think it's very solid. I think there is a certain group of YouTubers who benefit from telling everybody that everything is terrible. And I think they're not being objective. I mean, you can't be truly objective, but you have to be kind of objective and go into it and be like, it's not that bad. Yeah, what is this bait and switch? Here's that Star Wars girl. I'm not going to watch the video where they go, the bait and switch is in full force. They're trying to say that the black lady is going to end up being like the star of the show. Guys, the
Why
name
do they
of the
think
show
this?
is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, the setup I get from her is that she's going to become a Sith Lord. That's what all signs are pointing to me, is that she's just going to like get more and more powerful and keep killing off other like Sith people because that's how the Sith work. And she seems like an actually well-written Sith character. So I don't get why people are expecting this.
I don't know. Well, I think that
I'm so confused. She literally is just a character who's like part of. I don't think she's the best actress. It is what it is, but they're Jedi hunters, and they're not going to make 10 seasons of Obi-Wan. They can't. It would make no fucking sense. So, do they maybe make her character? Because there's probably some Doomcock spoiler or whatever dumb shit that they're leaning on. The fact that Obi-Wan's going to be done after this, and then she's going to be a character they're going to reuse. Well, okay,
more likely,
so who cares? Like, you can't bring back Obi-Wan 100 times. This is a one and done series.
6-part mini
star. He's gonna meet Hayden. We're gonna have that showdown. They've already admitted that. The fucking bait and switch, and they're on. And there's so many of them all using that term. Oh my god,
there's so many of them using this term. Let's be clear. I'm pretty sure that she's one of the kids in the Jedi Temple. I'm sure that they showed the Jedi Temple to establish that she trained there, and then the Jedi didn't do enough to protect her, and it turned her evil. Okay, that seems pretty obvious to me. And so it's very possible,
like Anakin, right?
Yeah, and it's possible that Obi-Wan might convince her, look, you lost your way, but you should rejoin the path of the Jedi, whatever else, and turn her into either a semi-good guy or a gray Jedi or whatever in between.
So
maybe she'll reject it.
If there was a white dude, do you think they'd object as much?
No, like what is the issue that somebody temporarily joins the side of evil and then is redeemed? Was Darth Vader a bait and switch because at the end of it he becomes a good guy again? They told us Darth Vader was the bad guy, but now he's a good guy? Fucking bait and switch, dude. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Yes, sometimes characters change allegiances. That's just character development and plot writing. Do you need your villains to remain villains for the entirety of a show? To be you can never have anybody change sides? Like, have you watched fiction? What are you talking about? These people have cannot write. I'm gonna say that. I challenge any of these fandom menace goofballs to try to write something of interest, because it sounds to me like you just want characters who never change, who never develop as characters. They're always mad. They go, well, why is he acting like this? It's Obi-Wan. It's like, because he's at a different point in his time. Somebody was calling him, they're saying it's just like what happened to Luke. Obi-Wan would never abandon the Force. Of course he fucking would. They lost. All his friends are dead. He's at his lowest possible point.
He's living in a cave.
He's living in a cave, being like upset and shitty. And he has to there would be no show if Obi-Wan went, I'm still a great Jedi and I believe in everything the Jedi ever did. No, the point is he's at his lowest point. He's going to build himself back up. That's character development, you fucking psychos.
Yes.
You know this. What is wrong with you? I just want Obi-Wan to be the exact same from beginning to end and experience no change, never waver in the Force, whatever. This is insanity. Again, here's another one from that Star Wars girl that I saw. Vader is second in command to the Emperor. Everyone in the galaxy knows that. No, they don't.
You skipped Fucks King. Command to the Fucks King Emperor.
Fucks King Emperor. Everyone in the galaxy knows he's second in command. No, Vader was like a secret agent almost. He like worked in the shadows, acting like it's a big reveal to Kenobi that Vader is alive is beyond stupid. Stop having fake fans write your shows, Disney. It's the fake fans and the bait and switch and the dirt. You're driving me up a fucking wall. All of you people are killing me.
I mean, look, she can have whatever thoughts she wants. It's sad. It just seems so sad. She can't enjoy anything Star Wars now because I don't even get it. Like, it's just who cares?
Because
What
they're
a weird
lying to
cutoff
themselves.
point to choose.
They have
she
to-
just like yeah.
They have to invent new terms to get mad. It's no longer a character grows and change allegiances. It's a bait and switch. Because then they can all repeat it in all of their fucking reviews and go, well, that's just the MCU writing for you. They love these
MCU.
buzzwords, these cocksucking motherfuckers. Just learn to have your own fucking opinions and stop making the same video over and over. It's killing me.
It is.
I'm glad-
it's scary how they are creating their own, and I guess it's smart, right? It's like coming up with your own slogans to then get everybody. Because I'm editing a whole thing about I was watching O.J. Simpson trial, and it was fucking Johnny Cochran. If it don't fit, you must have quit. If you don't fit, you must have quit. It's like all about you got to have those catchphrases.
If you invent your own jingles and slogans and your entire own language of talking about film that only you and your you can win every argument where you go, well, that's just your classic bait and switch right there. We have Nerd Report joining us as well.
What
Lewis
up?
from
What
Nerd
up?
Report is here.
Oh, Lewis, I'd love to hear you rant on this. The Fandom Menace folks calling
Is Obi-Wan a bait and switch, Lewis?
Dude, all the black people in this show are bad.
It goes against the Kiddo count.
This is pro Kinnell count because it's a bad black lady. But if she turns good, then Ryan Kinnell's gonna get mad because there's not enough bad black people anymore.
Well, Darth Vader is also black, the color too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the show a lot. It's very cinematic. It's not perfect. It looks a little Disneyfied, with the chase was a little dumb. I like the Leia character. There's no bait and switch. And the situation with Luke leaving the Force and Obi-Wan leaving the Force, yeah, sure. The results similar, but for different reasons. Luke left the Force because he thinks the religion is outdated. It betrays itself. It's led to evil. And in my opinion, Obi-Wan leaves the Force because he doesn't want to get murdered, because he doesn't want to expose.
He's defeated, and he also just wants to. All he cares about is making sure that the children live. And he's
Correct.
like, if that requires me to abandon the way of the Force to protect them, sure,
Yes,
I'll do it.
But Obi-Wan would much rather the way of the Force be ruling, but it's a time period in the galaxy where it's not.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. I love the show. I don't like, again, I'm not a fan of like Disney PR and stuff. Andy knows that. But I like the show a lot. So for 2 episodes, hey, it's pretty good, man. Way better than the prequels for me.
And I think it's also much better after the Boba Fett show. I think it just looks so much better cinematography wise. I think the shots are better. It doesn't look flat. It doesn't have that Robert Rodriguez looking like a Power Rangers movie.
Well, the problem, right? Have you noticed it, Vito? Like, because they talk about the volume. You know what I'm talking about with the volume, that room with the green screen room that they shoot everything in?
I know they're shooting green screen, but when you say volume, what do you mean?
It's like a dome.
Yeah, it's like this big room that's literally the floor, ceilings, everything is green screen. And
don't they project the background onto
exactly?
the thing?
So they project it, then you can move around, and it's cool. Like Mandalorian looked great, but I'm starting to notice how staged it all feels. Like they can't really move around as much. And so it's interesting because it's like fancy and it's a crazy effect. You can do a lot of really cool shots, but you can only have so much of a big set. And so it's interesting to see. I felt like when Obi-Wan walked in that city, I forget with the knee on it, it did feel like they built a set. And I like miss sets and like them running around, and even in the woods as it was choreographed, it does feel more cinematic than Boba Fett did, which you could tell a lot of Boba Fett was just in that volume.
Oh yeah, Boba Fett looks so cheap.
Yeah, and so I props to them, and Deborah Chow was directing to try and step this up. I can't imagine how difficult this show has been. They've canceled it like 3 times. I'm sure Kathleen Kennedy's just been a fucking pain in the ass. But I don't know. So far, so good. It could still completely whiff, but I'm on board so far.
Here's a real problem, folks. Number one, Vito, it's Bail Organa, not Ball.
I know. I don't know why I keep getting it wrong. Bail Organa.
Fake fan.
I am a fake fan. I hate the fucking prequels, which is why I get all the names wrong.
Wait a minute. Bail Organa was around since the original, but that's okay. It's just I know,
but they never say Bail Organa in the original, do they?
Well, no, you're absolutely right. I just think you're thinking about balls. Honestly,
I am thinking about his balls.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And here's the other thing. This show right here, Vito has, the Monday Night Grift. We're speaking. We have constructive criticism.
Yes.
And it, what 300 viewers right now. These people with the bait and switch nonsense, they're getting thousands of views. So it's a decision you have to make. It's like you pretend these weird things right here, bait and switch.
Outrage sells. I get it. It's more fun to be upset at something than to love something. But I have to call it like I see it. You need to find reviewers who are honest. Go ahead.
Everyone here has really good inputs, and they know Star Wars. I hear nothing personal, but that Star Wars girl, man. I mean, come on, dude. Like that tweet she did. She doesn't know what she's talking about. I know Star Wars. I was there since '77. Yeah. I hung around the nerds hardcore, man.
The idea that again, Tatooine is supposed to be on the outer rim. It's like the most backwater planet with no one there. The idea that these people would know who Darth Vader is, and talking about it with Obi-Wan, who only lives in a cave, is silly.
Listen to me very closely. Now, this could get retconned. Darth Vader has no rank in the Empire. He is the Emperor's bodyguard. That's what he is.
He's a shadow.
He has no rank. They're hiding the fact that the Emperor and Vader are Sith Lords because the Emperor came into power by slandering Jedis. So anyone who uses that magic wizard shit, there would be a revolution in the Senate. The Emperor starts revealing his true powers later on as they have a grip in the galaxy and no one could question him. Vader is
That's a very good point. He can't let people know that after he kills all the Jedi, by the way, my second in command is like a dark Sith Lord with magic powers. That would cause like a huge thing. So Vader probably doesn't get outed until 10 years past him having full control of the galaxy, and then he can be like, yeah, all right, now people can find out about Vader.
Yeah, and Darth Vader is actually he gets bullied around by Grand Moff Tarkin in the original movie. He's there.
They have no idea how powerful he is. Remember, there's that low-ranking guy who goes, yeah, we've heard about your stupid magic or whatever. And then he fucking chokes the guy.
Yep.
Because they don't know. Like, no, he's the real fucking deal. Like, it's, he's only talked about in whispers.
Exactly. And off the record, the Emperor's like, yo, you're second to me, but as far as ranking in the Empire, he has no ranking. He's just the bodyguard Sith Lord of the Emperor. That's
he's
what
a
he
lapdog. He's kind of a bitch to the Emperor. Yeah. Which is why he doesn't get treated with respect by Grand Moff Tarkin. Tarkin's like, yeah, whatever, Vader, leave me alone.
But hey, guys, I don't know, guys. I mean, I see Jim there. Nice to meet you. And I can't see the other guys.
Yeah, Trixie is here.
Trixie, what do you guys think of the show? I'm digging it.
I'm enjoying it. I thought it was solid
because he's an idiot.
I don't know if any of you have played the Mass Effect games. I felt like some of the visual tone in the second episode was very Mass Effect. And there's this part where there's like a big neon sign that almost looks like it says N7. It actually says TV7, but it's backwards. And I was like, could this possibly be a calling card?
Someone did just send me this in the mail, so maybe I will.
Have you played it yet? Oh, you should.
I've played the original. Actually, the best fan ever. And if you guys want to be, Vito's #1 fan, there's a very easy way to do so. And it is to send me a giant box of video games.
Wow. Holy shit.
That is the easiest way to become my #1 fan. So thank you.
Fucking bet. Yeah, the second game has like this satellite colony that's very similar to the place that he ends up with Leia when in the second half of the episode. But it was cool. The visuals were cool. The writing was actually good. It was conventionally well structured, and that's the biggest shock to me. I don't think there's like 2 ever Star Wars movies that had like conventional good writing structure. So
and sounding like an actual show and not just like a Star Wars installment.
solid show. There's two things I wanted to bring up. One is we did get a super chat. I want to make sure. And if you would like to join the conversation, feel free to leave a super chat. We'll try to get you to say what's up. Mudded Argwal says, if there is not a scene of McGregor doing a backflip behind an enemy, saying hello there and slicing its neck off, I'll give it a 0 out of 10. I think you mean its head off. I don't know how you slice someone's neck off.
General Kenobi.
Hello there. And also, we were talking about the terrible Star Wars sets from Boba Fett. Someone recently showed me this. Andy, have you ever seen that there is a shot of the plywood sets in, if you're paying attention during Boba Fett, when they pan over the,
No,
you can see the interior plywood. You're like, oh, you could have covered that up so easily in post.
Oh god.
Oh no. Yeah. So again, that show did not have a lot of love and care.
I heard Rodriguez was not even there on set a lot.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Rob Rod was kind of, man, that whole show. My
Rob
Boba Fett
Rod.
review is coming. Everybody keeps saying it's so. I know it's late, but we talk about Rob Rod.
Apparently,
I think
yeah,
all his
he was-
episodes were terrible.
Right. And I like the Lita. I like obviously his old El Mariachi days. Like I've been a fan of his work, but it does feel like he's phoning it in. He apparently would just be playing guitar in his trailer through a lot as the rest of the crew did it. And then apparently I also heard Favreau is the real deal. He'll show up, but it's the crew gets really annoyed because he shows up and then changes it all to try to fix it. So there's just a lot of shooting and readjusting, usually for the better, but it's just annoying for a crew who sat there all day shooting bullshit wrong until he shows up. It sounds like there's still a lot of issues they're figuring out.
All right. Well, Rob Dinkle 2 says episode 2 took John Wick 3's plot with less. I did think it was going to become like a John Wick thing where they all have Obi-Wan's whatever. I'm like, is he going to take out a pencil and stab a guy on the eye? But thankfully, they did not go that route. Look, I think the show is on the right track.
That's the other great thing is that unlike fucking Boba Fett, that show tried to make this like old dude look like he's still somehow Boba Fett strong, like he's like doing kung fu moves and shit, and it just looks wrong. This show's like, no, he's an old guy, like he's frail. He has to use trickery. There's one part where he like throws a dude over his shoulder and then is like hurt afterwards. So
I also had fun with
I like
Kumail being a fake Jedi. That was fun. I think the show's got a lot going for it. We'll see where it goes. It's not perfect. Again, other people are like, how's the Grand Inquisitor? She killed the Grand Inquisitor. I'm like, it's Star Wars. They can fix him. He's probably fine. They're going to patch up his hole with droid parts. We've seen it. Anyway, I want to move on to one last story. And this is, again, talking about this. Look, I understand some of you guys, you love this, I guess they call them fandom menace or whatever you want to call them. Fine. They hate on everything, and that's their thing. But some of these guys seem to have a screw loose. And this is one that got a lot of attention. But now there's this lady named Mecha Random. Have you heard about her? Let me see if I can find Mecha Random. She has a somewhat following of, I think, 60,000 people. I'm going to bring up an image of her, and you can tell me if you've ever seen this lady. I don't want to spoil the lead. Hold on. He's this lady. You ever see this lady? You can say no.
I think did she used to do like the streams with Review Tech USA? Was that some other redhead?
You know what? There's a lot of these girls having this exact same aesthetic. Honestly, it's really weird. I get them all mixed up.
Have you seen her never or 1,000 times?
Yeah, I've seen her before.
Okay.
I don't
well,
think
she's one
in a menace. I think she fights with them.
Well, she used to be in with Geeks and Gamers, right? She used to be one of their pals.
I think she accused one of them or something. Yeah, there was some.
Oh, I'll tell you what happened. It's a great remember they had that fight with Zack Snyder because Zack Snyder's like, I'm not affiliated with Geeks and Gamers, famously.
Who could forget that?
Who could forget that, right? Now she took that very hard, and I forget the exact quote. Maybe I'll find it later. But basically said, yeah, well, Zack Snyder, Father of the Year, you're the reason your daughter killed herself. What? And everybody's like, whoa, over the line. It was basically saying Zack Snyder, whose daughter committed suicide, that he was responsible and he's a terrible father.
Wait, she said that?
She said this.
So you're okay with Ethan Klein making bad jokes, but not Mecha Random?
Here's the thing. I'm totally okay with her making that joke. It didn't sound like a joke. But I mean, and also I'm okay with a joke going too far and you walk it back and you apologize for it. Because I've said way worse shit than that. And that's not what I have a problem with. I don't even have a problem with it, honestly. What happened though after that was the entire Geeks and Gamers crowd then broke ties with her and said she's too extreme, and that was uncalled for what she said, because they have so many Zack Snyder fans in their audience who were mad at her that she then has completely cut ties with them, and has kind of become wildly unhinged as a result. Real quick, let me actually find, not to just, I mean, I just find this person fascinating. She's one of these people, you know how everyone was mad at Brie Larson, or making endless videos about Brie Larson?
Yes.
Okay. Mecha Random, most of these guys who make endless videos about Brie Larson, they're kind of just doing it like, this is good, it gets clicks. She legitimately hates Brie Larson. This was one of her.
People are gonna be
This was her meltdown over Brie Larson.
I'm really glad this is what this is about, because I just watched like half of Captain Marvel before my husband went to bed, which I actually really like, and I was shocked because everyone shit on it at the time, so I didn't see it. Everyone was like, "Oh, it sucks. Brie Larson's a cunt," and like I watched it, and I'm like, "That's the point. Like that's what makes the movie good."
I don't know. I still think it's a shitty movie, but yeah, she is a cunt. Now, my understanding of this is that she hates that Brie Larson is popular, seems jealous of her. And then Brie Larson was streaming Fall Guys, the video game. And I think Mecha Random was trying to insinuate that Brie Larson was streaming Fall Guys because she knew that Mecha Random streams Fall Guys and was trying to steal her viewers. And I'm like, bitch, Brie Larson does not know who you are at all. Like, what are you talking about?
Listen to me. Someone said to me, I think it was my friend Donnie, I don't know who said this to me about stand-up.
So fine.
Hold on. Where was the part? There's like a part where she's just like screaming.
Itself.
Damn it.
Shut up. On the Brie Larson videos. That's who these people.
Oh, I have the playback speed wrong.
That's the problem. It's like, yeah, go bully the people who fucking canceled me because they said a lot worse about Brie fucking Larson, all right? I'm so goddamn tired of it. I'm so fucking sick of all of this.
Yeah, Bammy goes.
All right, some idiot is talking over this. Point is that
I was really confused about the format of that video.
It's a very confusing format
going on there.
Now, Mecha Random has posted her Obi-Wan review, which says Obi-Wan is going to be awful because it's hiding behind diversity. Okay, I guess the theory is that they're going to use the black characters as shields to shield it from criticism. But let's look at the term she uses in the thumbnail.
It's the only thing it's going to get criticism
Trixie,
for,
hold on.
ironically enough.
Trixie. The thumbnail says Operation Get Behind the Darkies is real.
That's a
now,
quote from
I know
South
this
Park,
is
yeah.
a South Park
Jesus
quote,
Christ.
but do you think it is
From 20
smart
years ago.
as a YouTuber
No.
to put the
What
term
fuck?
the Darkies in your thumbnail about a black Star Wars character? Does that seem reasonable?
No.
No. And
Should we get Mecha Randall on the show, Vito?
if she'll come on, yeah, bring her on. She can explain
Yes,
why
please,
it's okay that, because this, let's be clear. Yes, she's referencing a joke from South Park. The joke was that they were going to have a war and that the general, who was racist, put all the black guys in the front to get shot. That has no relation to what's going on in Obi-Wan. You can't just say you can't just put the dark, like, there's no connection here. There's no justification.
I'm shocked she put the darkies in the
this.
thumbnail for only 8,000 views.
Well, the only reason, now let's be clear, her views are typically like in the toilet. Like her typical view count is 588, 1,000, whatever, about 1,000 views a video. This one has views because all these other influence. I found about this from a black reviewer who said, "Why the fuck is this white bitch talking about the darkies in relation to fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi?" And rather than say, you know what, that was a bad reference, I was trying to reference a South Park joke. Again, we're okay with, going over the line, but if you got to at some point accept, you're right, that reference didn't make sense. I should not be referring to the black character from Star Wars as a darkie. Instead of that, she has now been going on these these great tirades about how Disney is sending agents to cancel her for her opinion. It's not that the black community is upset that you called this main
Are we the
Inquisitor
agents
character.
of Disney? That's what we're
now
gonna be
we're
accused
working for
of.
Disney. No, you called her a dark. Like, what were you thinking? And this is great because she refuses.
Cancel me.
She refused to apologize. Guys.
It is Memorial Day weekend. I am busy packing as much as I can. No makeup. Memorial Day. Sorry. Not on a cancel Mecca video. It's just, I'm getting tired of it. So I guess the NPCs and Disney's bots are going on my butt for the South Park video. No, it's the Obi-Wan video where I call out the bots for the new chick who's in the thing because they used her as a human shield or something. It gets so tiresome, doesn't it? So here we go. Boop. It's a South Park reference. She used a slur. Oh, fuck off. I'm so tired of it. No. I'm not going to care at this point. I'm not going to care. I didn't say the N-word. I'm not going to apologize for a bunch of trigger.
I didn't say the N-word, so it's not racist, guys.
As long as you don't say the N-word, you pass, right? That's how it works. Look, if this was a joke in the video, if she had said this is kind of like that one South Park joke, sure, but you don't put in the thumbnail, get behind the darkies, and put a picture of this black it's in bad taste. Am I crazy? It's not a good look. You go, you know what? I fucked up. This was a bad idea. But no, it's the Disney bots are trying to cancel her. No, the black community is upset that they're like, hey, there's nothing wrong with this character. Why are you saying they're trying to hide behind? I should stop saying the phrase. She's got me saying it. Trying to hide behind. I'm going to get clipped out of context.
And NPCs. Oh, I've been seeing them flooding my inbox. Now, one of the things about me that you guys might not know is that I only see people who follow me in my notifications.
Right.
So I'm saying back to Las Vegas. Where am my channel? Oh, did they silence it? Well, if they silenced it, then this channel will probably just have to be flipped over to it. Where the crap did it go?
No, what's great about this is that she's very clear about how you can help out, and I think she talks about it here. Let me see.
That is definitely using diversity as a human shield. They're using it to hide behind criticism so that they can create a bunch of bot marketing accounts.
See, let's be clear. I completely disagree with this idea. They go, well, they hire black people because that way, if anyone criticizes the show, they can call them racist. I think they just hired a black person. I don't think there's this cynical, this is going to somehow protect us from criticism, because when has that ever worked?
Never.
Has there ever been a show? Yeah, it does
people
invite
like
it.
this.
Exactly. If anything, if they wanted to avoid your criticism, they would only put white people in it, because then Ryan Kendall doesn't come out and start counting how many good black and bad black people they are. Okay, so this is a terrible theory that they're using these characters specifically as diversity.
I would
diversity
think
hire. Come on.
You could counter argument that they're putting black characters in the show so that people won't make the complaint that it's all white characters. Like it's always going to piss somebody off that you put a race in a show, regardless of the race. Like it's just like somebody's going to be the one that has to be upset about it, and they're always going to make some excuse for why they can be upset about it, and it's totally not racist. And it's really baffling hearing her try to like make up logic and try to make this make sense.
Well, that's the problem with these things, is that I don't know. Anytime these reviewers see a black character saying diverse, honestly, I'm more offended by calling her a diversity hire. Like to infer that there's no possible reason to have a black inquisitor. They have a Chinese inquisitor, they have a white inquisitor, but a black one for some reason. You go, whoa, hold the fucking phone. Like, what? Why? Why is that weird to you?
I felt like the character was extremely well realized. Like, it felt like I watched this actress and I went, yeah, she seems like she understands her character and is knocking it out of the park.
I feel like her character
isn't.
I think the actress seems a little green. She's not convincing.
That's
me
true.
She's not as like, she doesn't seem sure of herself. But honestly, that might work in favor
I tend
of
to
the
like
character.
that when they take a character whose position in the show is like they're a newbie and they're trying to prove themselves, and then they put an actor in who's obviously that person, like at that stage in their life, that always works for me.
Yeah.
And I like same thing with what we said about Leia earlier, the child actress, where like, you know, the particular way that she's not amazing at acting fits the character somehow. And so it's, to me, still a good casting, even if I understand, like, yeah, okay, this person might not be an amazing actor, but the way that they fail fits the role and enhances it, to me at least.
I totally buy Baby Leia. Like, I think a kid who grows up sheltered as a weird senator's kid and is probably getting like tons of schooling but not interacting with a lot of other kids, I think would be a fucking flippant jerko weirdo. Like, Leia's basically a homeschooled kid, and those kids are all psychopaths, right? So I totally buy it. And I think, again, this whole Disney is only hiring black people so they can hide behind them. I don't buy
They
it.
can create a bunch of bot marketing accounts about racism and istophobia, and then they play this fake narrative, just like they did with Rose Tico, how, oh, people are after this actress because they're just istophobes. So I guess I'm supposed to care about being canceled or something. Poor me. If anybody wants to help support my cancellation, I have Streamlabs and stuff that really, really helps. I'm going to be needing gas money.
She needs gas money, guys.
You know, like the deposits are paid for, but I got a lot of stuff I got to buy once I'm there. Like, you know,
Send her
groceries
money now.
and things and
Send her-
deposits for utilities and all that stuff.
I mean, I guess I can't complain because I just told everybody to send me free video games, but you don't actually have to send me video games. I just appreciate the person who did. Look, I just thought this was in terrible taste. A lot of people have complained and said, Mecha Random, this was not a good thumbnail. I don't know. I feel like the language is becoming very inflammatory, and people think it's okay to be tossing around these bizarre accusations of everyone being, I don't even know what it is. That the black people are sneaking into their Star Wars and fucking everything up, and it seems unreasonable the way they're talking about it.
This woman seems unreasonable in general. I would love to talk to her. I think it would be hilarious.
I want to know what do you mean?
I sent her a DM. I no pressure. I'm following. I feel like she's.
If she doesn't come on this show, I'll find a way to get her on
I'm
one of mine.
staying out of it just because I don't want to cause a fight. I don't know.
I'll bring her on. Is she
I
on right now?
invited her through DM. I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm not trying to put it, but I said, look, if you want a chance to respond,
if you want to come in and tell us.
So she has been invited, but I don't know if she's available. I don't know. It's not like she's ignoring you, but she has been invited.
Well, next time I should reach out and say I wanted to bring. This was a last minute thing, but as you can see, I mean, look. If you want to make a little comparison, I can almost understand the joke. But when I see your thumbnail, it feels like one of these things where you're saying to your audience, "Hey, if you kind of hate black people, you're gonna have a good time in here. We're talking about those dark, whatever the hell." It's bizarre, and we keep getting these bizarre moments again. I mean, we had the Ryan Kinnell "too many black people" comment. Let's see if we can find that one.
Now, Vito, you have a to be fair price on for super chats on Biggest Problem. What's the price point you're going to need to get to put the darkies in your next thumbnail?
You're gonna have to give me quite a lot. Let's get this famous quote again from Ryan.
Whoa, this guy's got an interesting face.
Name on
the way these guys talk about these movies, I'm like, guys, I think that you in your rate, because they keep saying like, well, we're not the racists, you know, everybody else is the racists. We're trying to get rid of the racism, but then they just start saying fucking insane shit. Can I get a quote of him? Here's Ryan Kinnell. We talked about this guy.
How you criticize movies, cinema and stuff like that. Like, come on, bro. But this is what he said.
But there were only a couple good people in this movie. You had Bruce Wayne, Batman, and you had Alfred. Those are the only two good white people. The rest of the three other major players that I would consider like overall like real good people were, you had Jim Gordon, who's black in this. You had Catwoman, who's not white in this. Then you had the mayor, who's a black woman. Again, very much on the nose for current day Hollywood. Did not like that. But there were
again, these guys start saying, look,
hold on. Pro tip. if you're really fixated on the race of the people in the movies, that's the thing that makes you racist.
Yes.
It's not your opinion about it. It's just the fact that you're so fucking fixated on it. That's the part that makes you racist.
I don't go into movies. Look, if you're making like a period piece about colonial England and every character is black, I might notice. I might go, okay, they're doing something here. They're trying to make a statement. But you're talking about in Batman, the mayor's black. Have you looked at America and how many black mayors they are? They aren't making a political statement by having the mayor be a black lady. It's just true to life. Or having Gordon, what do you call it? Commissioner Gordon be black. Well, I believe Commissioner Gordon was black in one of the Batman comics. I could be wrong. But regardless, Catwoman was black in the old TV show. So they see wokeness where it might just be, I don't know, man, we just cast a lady. We have people of all different colors. It's Star Wars or Batman or whatever else. You know, it makes sense for there to be. I always thought it made sense for Star Wars to have diversity. How are you going to have a billion different planets and the rebels are all white human guy? Like, no, you need aliens and people of different colors and whatever else.
It makes sense for stories to have diversity, so that there could be more perspectives represented, so that there's, you know, more different interplay of things that can happen in the story. Like, you know, characters can have dialogue that maybe only a certain type of person might have, you know, or only that conception of the character would. Like, it's just, you need the diversity to be able to do more things. Movies spent a lot of time being all white. You want to watch some all white movies? Just go watch some old fucking movies. There's plenty of them. I know you ain't watched them, but you want to go out to the cinema? You want to have a pleasant experience? And so does everybody else who can afford to watch movies, which now happens to be people all over the world of all races. So they're not just trying to pander to white people anymore. Sorry.
I think that, yes, we need to just...
You don't have the buying power.
It's oh, I don't know. There's nothing to me that I see that there's a black inquisitor and I go, aren't there like a bunch of different inquisitors? Why does it matter if one of them is black? Why are you mad about this? I don't know. I don't get it. Real quick, why don't we go through a couple comments? Anybody else got anything to say about the current state of movie criticism?
No, I mean, the only thing I can say is just, what do you call it? We already had a Black Gordon in a Batman movie.
Did we? Oh, yeah. No, what do you call it?
Tim Burton movies.
Lando played Commissioner Gordon. What's his name? Who's Lando's actor? I'm racist because I don't remember. I remember the Colt 45 ad. Who played Lando Calrissian? Someone say it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. Billy D. Williams, you motherfuckers. Why do I remember it? Well, let's say, but anyway, guys, especially Batman, Star Wars, whatever else, these are not things where the character's race is set in stone. If you did a Batman who's a black guy, yeah, there's all sorts of alternate reality Batmans. They're going to do a black Superman. I'm like, yeah, that could be interesting. I mean, who cares? Like, Batman's race also doesn't really matter.
I have to say, like, the people like this, I have to imagine are the reason why, like, Miles Morales, the Black Spider-Man, is still sort of relegated to animated features, and why, you know, we still always have a white Spider-Man on the main feature films, is that, like, yeah, they are still mostly pushing white heroes. Like,
oh, bro,
you know,
I'm not going down.
It is an overwhelmingly white male cast still. So I just don't get where the complaints are coming from. It's like, dude, you still have tons and tons. Like, he said the main fucking character was the white guy. Like, doesn't that supersede the importance of literally anyone else in the fucking movie? Like,
I'm not even going to get into Spider. Someday we will talk about the Geeks and Gamers take on Miles Morales, which is that he's a token character. Which is a complete misunderstanding of the concept of what a token character is. Miles Morales is not a token. He's a fully fleshed out character. He's completely realized 100%. And these guys, again, yes, they just use terms they don't understand. Oh, no, he's a token. No, he's not a token. He's a completely fleshed out, realized character.
Yeah.
He's not there just to be the black guy. He's literally the star of the movie, the End of the Spider-Verse, and he's great the whole time. And then they go, well, no, we're not using whatever. We'll get into that some other time, but these guys are ruining movie criticism because they have no idea what they're talking about. Real quick, I want to read a couple comments. We'll do some plugs and then we'll wrap it up. Sound good, fellas?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay,
yeah.
Trixie, you can answer this one. Trixie's another soy boy with bad tastes. Trixie, what's incorrect about that statement?
I'm a soy lady with bad
It's
taste.
Trixie's
Thank
a
you very
soy
much.
lady with bad
I've done
taste,
a
you
lot. I've done
moron.
way too much soy to be a boy anymore.
You got
Unfortunately.
soy all up in you. Let's see. I should find one. To be honest, I like the black actress who plays the antagonist. Didn't try and force an imperial English accent, and they explained that she's from the streets at one point, which makes sense. Because at first I was like, how come she doesn't have that traditional British whatever? And they say we found you and they brought you in, and it makes sense. Dameron Man is saying that I'm being hypocritical because I make jokes about pedophilia. I don't make jokes about that. I've made a couple jokes in the past. I've walked them all back and I'm done with it. And the point is that if you do something that is legitimately, that does not, none of the jokes I have made have been at the expense of any marginalized communities. If a child comes to me and wants me to apologize for jokes I've made about pedophilia in the past, I'm happy to do it. Let's see here. Not a fan of Menace Folk, but she became the meme for it, and even they separated. Yes, that is correct. Racist cringe. Brilliant thought there.
I like that
Let's see.
one.
Digi, let's see here. What a cope. Her acting was kind of bad. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff here. If anybody's got anything else to tell you what, why don't you super chat me and then I'll know it is Spider-Man, or I'll know to put your thing up there. Miles is better, but I like Peter better and I'm half Mexican too. That's fine. You can like both. Miles is 100% a token. Incorrect. No pants, baby. Literally is a token. You're a moron. He may have started off. I don't even think he did, even in the comics. Miles is not token. Completely made sense of the Ultimate. He's always been a fully fleshed out character. He's literally just Black Peter Parker. No, he's not. He's
not
got different
that much
powers.
like Peter Parker.
Like, yes, they still did the tragic that somebody in his family dies and that it sparks his thing, but that's just a thematic thing. He's completely different from Peter Parker.
Like, he's not Apache Chief or anything.
No, and he's not. I Googled token character and it's just a picture of Miles Morales. No, it isn't. Shut the fuck up. All right. Now, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming by. The Monday Night Grift, everybody's favorite show. Let's hear it for the Monday Night Grift.
Yeah.
Why are none of you clapping? Clap, damn it. There it is. When I clap, you fucking monkeys.
Clap into the microphone.
What do you call it? I want to thank my good friend Jim from Drink a Beer, Play a Game. You can't just look for that. Play a game.
Yeah, it's
Jim,
SEO.
tell me why I should subscribe to you, which I already was. Don't ignore that I just clicked.
I saw nothing. What do you call it? I'm part of the page Drink a Beer, Play a Game. We do video game reviews, lots of top 10 lists, all do beer pairings at the end of all of our games, and we run a podcast called The Power Hour where we talk about like the week's news and games and beer stuff like that. So
yeah, you guys share good beers and good games. Here we got John Breaks Bad News, who's been on our show many times.
You've had Vito on before.
There is a Vito. Not only is there a Vito episode, but I forced you guys to review my card game at one point, and you actually did it.
Which I think card game of yours.
Yeah, I'm working. Well, I have another board game I might put out after I'm done with my comic book that I'll force upon you people. But check out Drink a Beer, Play a Game. No, give us the plug. Tell us.
Yeah, and if you want to check us all out, just follow us on Twitter or Instagram at A Beer in a Game. That's the easiest way to find our stuff because calling your podcast a Power Hour is terrible SEO. So there's a point. So yeah, just find us on the socials.
At A Beer and a Game on Twitter. Yes.
Glad we got to do a show together because I've met Jim in person at Too Many Games last year, right?
Yes, I did.
And you were
Bird,
cool.
Riley,
So
and
yeah,
I was.
Trixie, are you going to Too Many Games this year?
I am. I'm going to be there. Me and Bird will both be there.
I'll try not to be blackout drunk this time when I talk.
You're going to be there too? Sick. Awesome. Yep. Yeah.
VidCon is the same week. I kind of want to go though. Oh, whatever. I'll figure it out. Bye, Jim.
Do it.
We've got, of course, Trixie, the Golden Witch. Trixie,
yes.
We find you over at Yig Studio. Correct?
I just put out a video literally right when you started the stream because I forgot that the stream was about to start. But it's about Moon Knight, which is also on Disney Plus, and I really liked it, and I made a really long schizo post about it. So
fantastic! I still have not watched Moon Knight. I'll have to check it out.
Oh, you would definitely enjoy it. It's really cool.
I wouldn't. I think you would for some reason.
Vito likes Evangelion, so I think.
That's true. So maybe
it's along that line of psychological mindfuck type shit.
All right, well, check out Yig Studio. Andy, I don't even think you need a plug at this point. Look at you.
Let's just watch. Can somebody donate to Vito to make me happy?
Just
drop
everybody
like
give
a
me money
$5 just to say that
on
Vito
Andy's side.
Vito is such a nice person.
I
He-
try.
he
I
makes
try to be
sure-
nice. I try to be
Hold on, I'm gonna
fair.
turn on my camera just for you to make this all work.
All right, all right. I'm gonna give you. Well, now he's completely cut himself off somehow. Andy goes, "I'm gonna turn on my." Oh, because you got to do it twice. Did it not work?
Did it not work? Oh, I was gonna do a pleading.
Uh,
Hold on, wait. How about now? Would have had to close my OBS.
There you on. Wait, how do
Oh,
I make
sorry.
you solo? There it is.
Guys, Vito works his butt off for you all, man. He's still just churning out content left and right. Yeah, you can send him free video games, but you know what would really help him out? Just cash app him or super chat him a couple bucks. You just watched him for what, like an hour and some change? He really pushed the boundaries on what he could tell. He doesn't give a shit. He just called out geeks and gamers. This man is here to entertain and never afraid. So what do I say to men like that? You tip them. Drop a couple coins in the jar as you exit.
Oh,
because he's
Andy,
working his
thank you.
damnedest to try to please you all. So
Thank
you
you.
for always having a place for me to come, Vito. To
Well, thank you for coming on. I love
there you go.
having
Yeah,
you.
Kara Froman, you're the best.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Send
Kara,
some
we
love
got
to all your
Ryan
wrestlers.
Clark says, I'm
When
glad
you
I caught the
Vito,
tail
yeah,
end.
we gotta legitimize when you sit and watch a YouTuber for several hours. It's pretty nice to just be like, here's a
Not
couple
bad
of
to put
bucks.
$1 in the. I wish you could
Yeah.
have a tip jar. I wish you could have, everyone at their computer have a little virtual tip jar you can throw money into. But unfortunately, you have to actually type it in and press a button. But thank you to everybody. Muddit for 2, Kara for 10. Rob says Vito needs antidepressants. Probably correct. But Andy, I love having you on. Thank you for coming by. You always liven up the stream. I think we you don't love Moon Knight though. Moon Knight's not worth my time.
I like Trixie. Trixie has some interesting insight. Maybe I'm glad someone liked it.
I hear some people like it. So
I liked the beginning. I thought it lost its way. Personally, I thought it just got very convoluted and
yeah,
I don't know. It just became a showpiece for Oscar Isaac, who was fine, but it's not another show. You know which one I liked, actually, surprisingly?
What?
Miss Marvel.
Wait, is Miss Marvel out?
No, I saw it.
Oh, you saw? Is it
First
is
two?
Okay, there's 2. So how? And it's gonna be like what? Like an 8-episode series?
Yeah, it's I would say, very similar to Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay, well maybe I'll check out
It's
Miss
got like
Marvel.
a nice creative visual style. The directors did Bad
You
Boys.
don't you love kids movies because you have kids and whatever else?
Yes, but
am I going to be a cynical old man?
It
and
is
I go,
a kids
"Ooh."
movie. It is a kids movie. Family.
I do like
She's
kids movies though.
She's like Pakistani, I think, and she's like dealing with her family, and they don't want her to go out and do anything. There's a really good movie I liked with Haley Steinfeld and Woody Harrelson called The Edge of 17. Have you ever seen that one? It's a pretty good fucking coming of age
wanted
movie.
to.
It
Yeah.
felt very like a Marvel version of that. And what's interesting about you're either gonna love or hate it, but she's like a super fan of the MCU, and like the movie
okay.
literally starts with her like on a YouTube channel, like
looking up MCU videos and
Miss
stuff.
Marvel's powers and how she defeated Thanos.
Oh,
And so they
weird.
really it gives you, and then she goes to Avenger Con. So like they really
So does she
open up
get
the
pulled?
world.
Does she end up getting pulled through a multiverse or something? Or
I'm not supposed to talk about spoilers.
all right,
so
don't
it's
spoil
specific,
it. We'll
but
get.
I'm
to
just
it.
talking about the intro of like the world. You're in a world where it's like now we have the first Avengers super fan like fangirling over it and like wanting to be a hero herself, and then
That could be interesting.
gets
I can see
powers.
that being
But I'm going
fun.
to tell you the directing of but Bashil, I don't know how to say names. They did Bad Boys for Life. And
Yeah.
they're doing Batgirl. These guys were fantastic. They did all these little creative nuances and camera moves. It did not feel like a show on a volume that was really boring. They moved
Nice.
around. They did little tricks and they used the digital and clever ways to make like comic bubbles, like Into the Spider-Verse. It was like a live
it's really,
action
it's got
Spider-Verse.
style. It's got some real.
It has
style
a
to
style
it,
is the word I'm trying to say. I'm just tired. It has a style in it that
Style.
really that and the character of the family and her. Like I cared for her. There's a lot of these Marvel characters that just don't care anymore. But
Yeah.
that and the style sold me for the first two. We'll see where it goes. But I was pleasantly surprised by how much I was enjoying myself with Miss Marvel, which I really thought after Captain Marvel I was going to despise.
All right.
but
Well,
there
it
you go.
sounds like the MCU
Well, make a random
might.
stream. Did she respond? Hold
Is
on.
she streaming right now?
Just oh wait, she didn't respond.
All right. Well,
Maybe
I'll
she's
have to
hating
bring
on
her
you
on. I'll
live?
have to bring her on next week. Next week, I'm happy to have her respond, but I don't understand these criticisms.
Someone said she's well, she's streaming right now, but she won't come on the show. I
She's
wanted to see her
probably-
come on the show. Yeah, she is. Quick stream.
Well-
Star Wars gaslighting people.
Ew.
Can we get you on
Yeah,
her
you
show?
sound like I heard it too. I thought Rob was
Oh, maybe
editing my
maybe
videos.
I'll drop
Maybe
maybe I'll
I'll
drop
drop
into
you?
her maybe I'll drop into her chat.
You don't want me to get her to come over right now?
Oh, I'm gonna not right now. I think we're gonna wrap it. We already lost half the audience because everybody's
'cause you sent it right
heading
away.
off. Yeah.
See, you're
well,
lost.
It's okay. I'll get her next. I'll get her
the whole
next week.
thing
It'll be
ready
a
to
whole thing. Well, Andy, it's been
All
great
right,
having you.
I'll let
I
go.
love
Let you
you.
do your thing. Thanks,
And
Vito. Tip your
I'll have,
creators.
how do I raid Mecha-random? How do I do that? That would be fun. No, I'm not gonna do that.
If you have to be subscribed to her, I think.
All right, I'll figure it out. Bye, Andy. Guys, time for me to do my plug. Listen, I'm dead serious about this. I need everyone's help. I need your help. Where is my thing? All right. I need everyone, please, for the love of God. Oh, wait, is this the... Oh, I'm so confused. Which tab am I open on? No, I've screwed it up. Where's my tab? Okay, hold on. Sharing YouTube to StreamYard. I gotta make a new tab. Everyone, please. I am working very hard right now. I'm gonna have my new Boba Fett video coming soon. Absolutely, it's coming. But I also need you guys. Please go to superkiller.org. Superkiller.org. And I want you to just give me your email address. I'm not even going to email you. The only time I will email you is when my comic book is on Kickstarter. I need to get 500 names on this mailing list. If I get 500 names on the mailing list, then the comic will be a success. You don't even have to buy the comic. Just let me have your name on the mailing list. And then when it goes live, tell all your friends. I'm working very hard in this comic book. It's going to be freaking fantastic. I should show you guys more of it. And I will be showing you more of it soon on my channel. My artist is working very hard. And there's going to be a big teaser video coming when I drop my Boba Fett review. But right now, go to superkiller.org. And please sign up for the mailing list. I need more people to help get out the word about this awesome comic book. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. I swear to God, and I got to show you guys more art. It's going to be a great looking comic. And it's going to be, if you guys think I'm funny, this book is all my humor packed into one. That's the difference between me and the rest of these guys. The rest of these guys will talk all about, oh, this show sucks, this movie sucks, but they don't write their own shit. Well, I'm writing my own shit, and I think it's going to be good. And it's got all black people in it because diversity. I'm going to hide behind all my black characters. And if you don't like my comic book, that means you're racist. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Monday Night Grift. Take care of yourself, believe in the people around you. And we will be back next week with more excitement and fun. And I love you.